Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good weekend. It's Sunday. I know Monday is right around the corner, but I do hope that you are having a fruitful or relaxing weekend. And shout out to all my members, the members of the channel, even the new coming members to the Let's Talk About It level of my channel. We had a great member live yesterday. I know a lot of people who was able to look at it did the playback, so I truly appreciate the ones who was able to actually look at it, and I hope that you continue to enjoy that live stream that we had yesterday with the different type of cases and stuff that we was talking about yesterday. So I truly appreciate it. And shout out to Miss Lana. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being the first one to come. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good Sunday. And young Riaz, shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming. And thank you for yesterday participating in the members only live stream. I truly appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much. And yes, today is Eid. Salute to that celebration. Alhamdulillah. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to that. Woo! You made it, young Riaz. You made it. How you feeling? Are you feeling more enlightened? Right? You feel more light, right? Your spirit is feeling light and full of love. I hope so, right? I hope so, right? Shout out to that. Celebrate anyone who celebrates Eid. Shout out to you. All right. So today I do have several cases, more than actually 3 that I normally do. But it depends on how I'm feeling and how everything's going, whether or not if I will cover the rest of the cases, right? So, but I do have a good amount of good cases that I think that we should look over, review. Oh, you do feel a lot better. Excellent. That's good. I'm glad that you feel a whole lot better. I truly do. All right. So the first case that I have for you folks, and make sure you're hitting the like button when you come in. I truly appreciate it. And if you can also share it out to anybody who likes this immersive type of discussions about these cases have already done, but I like to talk about the psychology process of the interrogation, things that are not really discussed. And I like to share your thoughts, as well on these particular cases. So if you have anyone who are interested in that, make sure you just share this out to them. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Help your girl get back into the algorithm from her little hiatus. And here we go. So the first case I do have for you guys is when a woman named Tiffany, she kind of realized that she's not going to get away from murder. So I want to review this particular case. And I think this case is about a couple years old. It's a couple years old, but I never reviewed it. So I thought it would be great to review it with each other. So let's go on. Here we go.
Powell and her new boyfriend, 38-year-old Paul Reed. On April 26, 2014, Tiffany called 911 claiming that her ex-boyfriend, 69-year-old James Harris, had broken into their home and attacked Paul. She claimed that while Paul was trying to defend himself, he would end up killing James by accident.
What happened tonight?
Today, we've been there for like 3 weeks, and we've been washing our clothes, and we just decided, because...
You've been on Minota for 3 weeks?
I came from domestic violence shelter and went to there. But both me and Paul, like when I came out of the domestic violence shelter, I stayed out in the car for about a week, so we had a lot of clothes and stuff. So I asked him if we could wash clothes, and we were...
Well, you asked who if you could wash clothes?
Paul. I'm scared of basements, so I had him to put the clothes in the washing machine.
To come over tonight and put the clothes in the washing machine?
Well, he's there every night. It's just that I asked him to...
Tonight, because you were afraid to go in the basement, you asked Paul to go downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And tonight was the first night I ever was in the basement. So he was down there, and he kept talking, and I kept saying, I can't hear you. And I left the back door open, and I started to go down the stairs, and I didn't exactly see who came through the door. And then I kind of got around the corner and I said,
Around the corner in the basement?
Yes, I said, somebody's in here. And he started coming down the steps. He must have saw me from the bottom because the light was on down there.
Who must have? You got to use names.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
James Harris. And then Paul, James Harris said something. I can't remember exactly what he said. But Paul grabbed him and he was like, what did he say? He said something about, get off me, man, get off me. And
hey, Bruce, how are you? How's your Sunday going? Hope
I went upstairs and called. And I heard, I did see, before I went upstairs, I did see him have something shining. I didn't know it was a gun or anything. I thought it was a knife. And I still don't even know if it's real or not because I don't know him to have guns. Well, but anyway, I saw him to have something silver, and then I went upstairs, and then I called the police, the 911, and told them, and I just heard them, and I was like, well, I'm going to go down there, and they kept saying, don't go down there, don't go down there. So things got quiet while I was on the phone. I eventually went down there, and
everything's going well.
There was a light bulb, broken, and that's how I cut my foot down there. And James Harris has this, all I could see was a little part of a silver thing sticking out of his hand. And Paul was trying to grab hold his hands. And then, I'm trying to think what happened next. Everything was so fast.
All right, so the off jump, the first thing that kind of makes me look at her sideways is that she said that she has a fear of going down in the basements due to her coming from a domestic violence center or whatever she experienced, whether it was family, domestic violence in that way, or with a significant other, she developed a fear for going down into basements. So why were you even down in the basement? This is the first time you're down in the basement and supposedly your ex-boyfriend is in this basement, right? I think that that's kind of weird because you have no reason to be down in the basement. If you said that you're fearful of the basement, you never went down in anybody's basement because of this fear, but now you was able to stomach it up and go down to this basement this one time, and all of a sudden your ex-boyfriend is down in this basement. You and your current boyfriend went down in this basement, and your ex-boyfriend is just hiding out in the basement. I don't know. To me, it doesn't really mesh well with her saying that she has a fear of going down the basement and why she has this fear. That is a little off to me. But let's see what else she has to say. She's talking about silver things. She's seeing a silver thing. I guess she's referencing maybe a weapon or a knife or something like that. It's a little, it's a little out there, but I want to hear a little bit more what she has to say.
I said, you want me to get that out of his hand? And he was like, he didn't say anything actually. He just started breathing heavy or whatever. And then he kept saying, did you call the police? And the police was on the phone. So they could hear everything that was going on, 911. Then he says, I think I choked him out. We didn't know he was gone or anything. So he was laying there, and I think that's when you guys came. But no, I had no idea he was gone.
Tiffany and James had 5 children together, and they both had been involved in a custody battle for them. Tiffany would end up losing that battle, mostly because she could not provide them with a stable home. Tiffany is about to explain how her life has been since she separated from James. She needs to convince the detectives that she is a victim, and Paul was only protecting her from a mentally unstable man.
My kids need him right now. I've been on the run for 5 to 6 years. I lost my kids because I kept my kids out of school because I've been running from him. And every time he finds out where I live at, he comes there. And when I used to live with him, he used to, okay, just for the simplest thing, like somebody saying hi to me outside or whatever, and he broke my nose before, and what he would do was he would call shots to one of his daughters or something down or whatever to be a witness or whatever to lie for him so he can go ahead and do whatever he wanted to do to me. You know what I mean? But I lost my kids because I've been running from him for 5 years. I kept my kids out of school. He was going to the schools, getting my address. He would go inside of my house. And then, well, it's always been a thing where if I don't give him what he wants, then he causes problems, like filing custody for my children. And I've had 5 children, and I've always...
So here's my thing, right? I know she's trying to paint the guy as a very bad guy. And this is not to say that he probably wasn't doing things that are petty. He wasn't stalking her. He wasn't following her. I'm not saying any of that. All that can be actually true, right? But when it came down to the kids, you did not keep your kids out of school because the father will go to the school and ask for your address. No, that's not what it is, right? If you are the one who put the children in school and you give the address and stuff like that, there's no way in hell that he could just come in and say, "Hey, can I get can I get the address to the house?" He can't do that. And I haven't heard of him having any court issue document that stated that he needed to know where she lived, right? Like that's not even a part of her story by telling this, right? You kept the kids out of the school because I don't know why you kept the kids out of school, but outside of that, the reason why you lost your kids is because you could not financially take care of them. That's how the court seen it. That's why the court gave the father custody of the kids, right? And also, you didn't have any real reason as to why these kids were no longer being in school. Now, mind you, you don't have to have your kids in public school, but you do have to let them know that these kids are still getting education. They're still being trained in some matter if you're homeschooling. And normally, I know like in New York State, if you want to homeschool your child, you have to send a curriculum to the Department of Education, letting them know that this is what your kid is going to be doing during the school year, as into why they're not going to be in public school. Now, I know that might not be the situation or the scenario depending on what state that she's in, but you usually want to keep tabs, or the state wants to keep tabs, like, hey, what are these children doing? Do you have them in any type of program? Are they getting private teachings, right? They have their own tutor and stuff like that. And are they going to still take the standardized tests that they're going to need to take, right? Something that they'll have documentation and record for their training when they want to participate in going into an actual college or institution, right? They have to have some paperwork that they got training in doing whatever they did. So I can see her being disingenuous while she's talking about the reason why she lost her child. This is not to say that she wasn't experiencing anything that she experienced, but that part right there, that was just like the icing on the cake to make to make this guy seem so much of a bad guy, and he was the reason why she lost her child. But literally, he went to the court for his children, and they found out that you weren't able to take care of your children by yourself, or he was providing more for the kids, or could provide more for the kids, and that's why they gave him the rights. I mean, let's just be honest about why he was given over, the children was given over to them. But let's see. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? I hope you're having a great Sunday. Bruce said, not from the school, he can't. Not if she has custody. If he can't even go see the kids at school. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean, Bruce. Exactly. If she had full custody, he can't go to the school and just start telling the school to give impertinent information. Like that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at all. Let's see. Unless it's a graduation, the mom even has to authorize it. Yeah, exactly. If it was a actual court proceeding that says, hey, she has full custody, or if they have partial custody, whatever the case may be. But that, this whole, he was going to the school to get her, to get her address. The school wouldn't give this guy her address. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you told the school, hey, listen, this guy, he can't be around the kids, or he only has certain visitation rights with the children and stuff like that. And I need to keep my address, disclosed, because I bring him to a mutual area where he can go pick them up and take them to his residence. That's usually what happened. I don't really see schools giving out people information like that. I'm not saying that it don't happen, but the way how she's saying it, how he was just able to just go up there, walk up into the office, and then ask for her address. That's why you came to the school? Let's go on.
My lawyer went in and got child support for 2 of them, and he's been retaliating since then. I've been too scared to put those other 3 children on because
Okay,
he wants me to come back and be in his house and take care of the kids and that kind of thing. He says he's not going to get no kind of girlfriend or anything like that. Just recently he found out I was pregnant. I've been trying to stay clear from him. I've been wearing big coats and stuff when I go to McDonald's and see my kids. He was trying to play it safe where, he tried to make like I'm a bad guy in court, and he's trying to make it like, he don't want nothing to do with me, and he won't let me see the kids or what. He's asking for me not to see the kids or whatever. But
is there any legal orders that keep you from seeing the kids?
No, not keep me from seeing the kids.
Like a no contact or anything?
There's not a no contact order. No, but I have a plan.
You haven't seen him for 2 weeks. What's your plan? How often are you supposed to see him?
I'm supposed to pay for visits and I can't right now.
Okay, so you have to pay the supervised visitation?
Yeah.
And you have to pay for the supervision?
I had to, because I'm going through a case plan. Mm-hmm. And
The detectives are more concerned with the what and not the why. They want to know exactly what happened in that basement so they can compare it with Paul's story and see if it really was self-defense.
So I want to be clear.
Okay.
You're in the basement with Paul.
Yes.
And all of a sudden he just shows up out of nowhere?
The door was open like this much and he just came in.
The door at the top of the stairs?
At the top of the stairs.
So he came in the back door?
The back door.
How do you know he came in the back door?
Because we don't go out the front door, and I didn't hear anything on the steps or in the ceiling or anything.
So really you don't know what door he came in?
The front door was locked. The front door, to the house.
Maybe he picked it or something.
I never known him to pick it. He might use a credit card. Yeah, I guess.
My point being, you didn't see him come in the back door. You don't really know what door.
No, I seen the door open. I said, somebody's in here.
Okay.
And, I don't know. But I know he knows.
So you were standing at the bottom of the stairs then?
I might have been on 1 or 2 steps.
Okay.
Close to the near bottom. But,
And then he came downstairs?
Yeah, well, I went around the corner, I said, somebody's in here, and then he started coming down, and that's when Paul came out of the back with washers and dryers and that.
Who was all over at your house today?
It was me and Paul.
So anybody?
Hi, Dr. G. It's good to see you, ma'am. How are you? I hope you're having a great Sunday. Thank you for stopping by, Dr. G. I totally appreciate you. Yeah, so, yeah, she knows something sexy, right? And then on top of that, too, if you think about it, she said that she's seen the back door open. So, like, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. If you're at home, you have a back door that's open. You know that you did not leave the back door open, and you said that you never used the back door, right? So there should be no reason for the back door to be open. wouldn't you, like, I don't know, run upstairs, call the police, you know what I'm saying? Try to, like, if you thought that someone was in the house, wouldn't you try to exit the house? Why would you continue to go down the stairs or stay by the stairs, go down the stairs, you get your guy, you know, your boyfriend, okay, that's fine, you know. Y'all go downstairs, you see that it's the ex-boyfriend or the father of your child, and all of a sudden something happens where now he's not here. I'm really not really kind of buying her story, and I'm on top of that, I'm wondering why would he even be there if he has custody of the kids and you have to pay for visitation. To me personally, I think that the only reason why he was there is because you called him. Now let's see if later on in the interrogation they find out that she had a call with her the father of her children and told him to come to her house so they can have this conversation about her having to pay for the visitation or something with the children. And he agreed with that, and he went to her house, and she knew that he was downstairs. She knew that he was downstairs, and now this whole plot of he just broke into my house and we was scared, and now it was self-defense mode, because that's what it's kind of starting to lead to me. Because even then, even if he did go into the house, right, and now y'all see that it is him, did you say, hey, what are you doing here? Get out of my house. I'm calling the cops. None of that happened. None of that happened. So I'm wondering, where did it get to the point where it got physical? Because something had to be said, or someone had to throw a punch or become aggressive to get to that physical point. So, like, you know, I'm trying to pick when did that happen? At what point, what was said or what was done? Did your ex lunge at you while you're with your man and try to, you know, like strangle you while you're with your man? Like, I don't even see that happening. I don't even see that happening at all. But we will see. We will see. Okay, Bruce, thank you so much. It's no problem, sir. Sexy Red said, this is like the last stream you did. Lady Carpet was missing and she didn't know. Yes, she's like, I don't know. It's crazy. Hey, Tiff, how are you? Happy Sunday, Tiff. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, we're gonna find out. But like, I'm not really believing her take of what happened. So I think there's more to it. But let's go on.
Anybody else there?
No.
Okay. So it was you, Paul, and then eventually
Him. But we just got this place. We've been trying to keep it.
Tiffany's story does not make much sense because James had nothing to gain by attacking Paul. However, Tiffany did have motive to take James's life. With James gone, Tiffany would regain custody of her children. The police believe that Tiffany lured James to her home so Paul could take his life.
Okay. All right, well, our job is kind of a difficult one.
And I agree. I really do agree. I think she lured the father to the home, saying that she wanted to have a conversation about the visitation rights and her not being able to pay the amount needed to have visitation with the children. And she wanted to talk to him one-on-one to see if they can come to a compromise. He agreed, came to the house. She told him to, you know, hang out in the basement because she didn't want to upset her boyfriend, her living boyfriend, and until she, you know, speaks to him about it. And instead of her actually letting her boyfriend know that, listen, I told my children's father to come and have a conversation with me, she made it seem like she didn't know that she invited him to the home and that he just popped there out of nowhere. And mind you, it makes sense if she's painting this guy as such this horrible, abusive guy that she couldn't get away from, this narcissistic abusive relationship with this man. I'm sure she had told that same story to her current boyfriend. So he already has a bias against this man and what he's capable of doing to her. So now when he sees this guy in his basement in the house that they share, and she's sitting up there like, oh my God, I didn't, what are you doing here? Whatever not. Of course he's going to be on the defense. He's your man. If you're telling him that this guy is a stalking, narcissistic abuser, of course he's not going to let you get harmed by this guy. Definitely not in his presence. So yes, he's going to be in defense mode and he's going to go after this guy. But I really do believe that she set the whole thing up. She really did. And on top of that, she set her own current boyfriend up. Because he's thinking that he's really doing self-defense, protecting his significant other, not knowing she put them in the same room so he can do that to get the father out of the way. Because the real true reason what she wanted was her kids in full custody. Hey, Miss Jalen. Thank you. Happy Sunday, dear. Happy Sunday. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, Tiff, she set him up. she definitely did. Hey, Lord, what's going on, sir? Good evening to you. Yeah, Bruce. I mean, I'm a woman, and I can say that, yeah. So we definitely do have it in us. That is definitely a possibility. We can't even lie about that. Woo! Let's go on.
All right. We have to view all sides, and our job is to not only solve what happened and piece together what happened, but it's also to protect, people who are innocent. Make sure that we find all the details and we piece everything together.
Right.
Okay. Sergeant Lake and I have been doing this for quite a long time. Okay. There's some things about this that just aren't adding up, and I don't think you're being completely truthful with us about what happened tonight.
Everything.
Listen.
Okay.
Let's not play the game. Okay.
You get yourself in a lot of trouble. Okay. So you need to start telling us the truth.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
You're not telling us the truth, and you're about to go down a road that you don't want to go.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Now, obviously you don't.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I understand, sir.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and tell us the truth?
He didn't show up and just walk into your house unassisted. That's not what happened. We already know that's not what happened.
I was in the basement when he came and pushed the door open. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Try again.
They said, try again. They said, try again. She was like, I was in the basement and he pushed the door open. Wait a minute, but you just told them 5 minutes ago, you just told them that you weren't all the way down in the basement. You said that you was on the second stair or the second flight of the stair before actually going down in the basement. You said that you was on the stairs enough to know that the door down in the basement was open. And you also said that you have a fear of going into basements. So why of all days did you go down in the basement? And she's literally forgetting what she just said 3 to 5 minutes ago. Because now it's about, I'm just going to say whatever that is going to stick. And I really want them to believe that I'm being honest and I understand what you mean and I'm being truthful. But you're literally contradicting what you just said 3 minutes ago. Y'all heard it yourselves. And I'm sure the detectives is looking like, didn't you just... They said, girl, try again. Let's go.
I was in the basement. I don't even have anybody. I don't have anybody but my mother. My mother is the only person I have in life.
Well, like I said, we have multiple witnesses, not just one.
If you want to go with the story that you're going with, that's fine.
I know. It can lead to murder charges, is what it can lead to.
So what I'm saying is you might, if you didn't know what was going to happen to him, if this was just going to be a talk, and somebody else took it too far, and you're not involved in that part, you need to tell us now, okay?
I could have my address. Sure.
Listen, okay? If things got out of hand and went too far, and it wasn't your fault that they went too far, then I can understand that, and we can work with that.
I understand.
Okay, but with what you're doing right now, being untruthful with us, we cannot work with that. Okay? There's nothing we can do to help you then. Okay, and I want to help you. Okay? I do. But you're going to have to help me help you. Okay?
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Okay, then why don't you, if you understand what I'm saying, why aren't you helping us help you? Because you're digging yourself a hole here, and it's getting deeper and deeper, and pretty soon I'm not going to be able to help you.
James was called and lured to that house.
Who's called and what?
He was called on the phone and he was lured to that house.
By who?
That's what we're asking you. Somebody came out of your house and met him in the driveway, walked him around the back of your house, and then that person left.
What did I tell you? Didn't I say it? I was like, girl, you called that man to your house. You called him to your house and you led him towards the back. And you didn't let your current boyfriend know that you called him to come to the house. And that's why your current boyfriend acted the way that he did. I don't even think your current boyfriend would have went as far as, unaliving him if he would have had known that you told him to come there. Because again, he had no other reason for being at your house unless you asked him to come. He already had the kids. You didn't even have the kids. So it's not like the kids called him and said, hey, daddy, come to the house and come get me. And if that was the case, he would have went to the front door. He would have went to the back. What he was going to do, sneak through the back to go kidnap his own kids? No, he's not going to do that. You called him because you said that you wanted to have a conversation. He tried to give you grace and you told him to go to the back. He went to the back. You told him, and I know it, she probably told him that she was going to talk to her boyfriend, Paul, and let him know that, we're going to have a conversation with this custody situation with the kids. But that's not what you did. That's what you told the father that you was going to do. So that's why he sat around and stayed in the basement downstairs thinking that you was going to handle whatever you needed to handle with the new guy. But what you did, you ran upstairs and told the new guy that somebody broke in the house. That's wicked. Pure wicked. That is, wow. That's very bad, man. That is definitely very bad. Let's go on.
Listen, if you're going to, if you want to help yourself out and keep yourself, on the witness side of things, because you didn't know what was going to happen down in that basement, that's fine. But you're going to have to start right now. You can't start later on. So
I understand.
Because we are going to piece this together. It's not going to take us very long.
By the end of the night. By the end of tonight, we will know everything. And the thing is you would rather be on our side than not on our side.
Right.
So
the police searched the call logs from James's phone, and they found that someone had called James multiple times before he arrived at Tiffany's home. The police believe that whoever called James created a fake story to get him to come to that address.
Whose phone number is that?
I think that's Gerard's. I think it's my daughter's phone. He gives her Obama phones. People sell him Obama phones, and he gives them to my daughter. That's my 11-year-old, I believe. She has a phone. She has several phones, the Obama phones.
Why don't we try that again? It's not your daughter's phone.
Can you?
What a shitty mom. Now you're blaming your daughter. Now you're trying to say that your daughter has multiple burner phones, or what she said, Obama phones. Girl, if you don't, would you stop? That is bad. It's really, you really have to be really bad or feeling the heat for you to throw your own daughter under the bus and lie and say that one of those burner phones were her. What? Again, why would the daughter be constantly calling the father before he goes to your house when the children is not in the house with you? The children are in the house with him. It does not make any sense. And you're going to throw your daughter under the bus like that, ma'am? You're pathetic. Like, that's sad. That is some real sad stuff right there. Wow.
Can you call her and talk to her?
Please. It's not your daughter's phone. You know it's not your daughter's phone.
Look,
You know whose phone it is. I can see the weight of all this starting to weigh you down. And you're starting to grasp at straws.
No, I'm just.
This is not going well for you.
I understand.
Okay? And the problem is that the longer we play this game, the more and more trouble it's going to cause for everybody.
Right.
Your kids included. Okay?
Right.
So this is not going well.
they need you right now, and you're putting them in a position to not have you, and it's time for you to come out with the truth.
So whoever it is that you're protecting, you have to understand. You have to come to the thought: do I want to protect my children, or do I want to protect this other person?
Right.
So
I needed James Harris to have my
I
kids.
understand that, which is why I don't think that you intended for him to get murdered inside your house.
If that wasn't your intention and somebody else got carried away, that's different. But you need to tell us the truth.
You guys are just, you're not going to believe me, but I think that that's the number to my daughter's Obama phone. I really 100% think that that's her phone. She calls me from several Obama phones, and I think that that is one of them.
Okay. Like I said, we want to know, we want you to tell us about what happened tonight. The truth. You're lying. We do this every day. Your lie is not going to hold up. You're going to end up in a lot of trouble. I'm telling you that right now. If you don't want to tell us the truth, that's fine. But it's not going to hurt me or Detective Ross.
I know it's not going to hurt you.
It's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt your kids. Okay, so I really want you to stop lying to me and tell me the truth now. We're not mad at you. People lie to us the first time all the time because they're nervous and they're scared and all that, and we're not offended. We don't think you're bad because you're lying to us, but we're scared.
I would think that I was bad.
But what I'm telling you right now is that you're really about to do yourself a lot of harm. And we want to help you, and you're not letting us.
Hey,
So what I'd like
Happy
to do is
Sunday
start your
to you,
story
sir.
again from the top
Have
and
a
tell the
good
truth this
day. I
time.
hope you're having a good
Please,
day.
it's what's best for you and your kids, just to be honest.
I almost called you baby. I'm just still used to talking to him. But I'm having a baby pretty soon. I didn't want none of this.
I'm sure
I
you
didn't
did.
want him coming to the house. I didn't want him knowing my address.
What happened? What's the truth?
It's different.
Let me just tell you
Kristen,
this.
how you doing? Good to
There's
see
gonna
you.
come a
Happy
day.
Sunday.
When you're sitting in the courtroom. Okay? Now, what's going to happen on that day is based on the decision you make now. You may be sitting across the table from Detective Ross, wishing to God that you would have told the truth right now. Or you may be just in the witness stand telling the truth.
Right.
But that's based on the decision you make right now. And right now you're making the decision to lie, and I'm telling you it's the wrong one. And I can't tell you how many defendants I've talked to in situations like this where I've said, you're going to be so sorry if you don't tell us the truth right now. And they come to me afterwards and they're like, you're right, I should have told the truth. Now look at my life.
Right. Well, has there ever been a case where they were telling the truth? And
No.
I mean, because you guys, yes, you were intimidated to try and get me to lie, but
We're not trying to.
No, we're trying to get you not to lie.
We're trying to get you to tell the truth. We're already telling you we've already told you the reasons why we don't think that your story makes any sense, and you don't have any answers for them. You can't tell us why your story is different than his. You can't tell us why we have the phone records that we have.
Then Paul's.
Yes.
You can't tell us. You're not providing us with any answers.
I gave you my phone. I'm being 100% open with you. Do you know what I mean? I'm just, really, I am. I really, like I said, I need to have my kids.
If we were talking right now and you were hooked up to a polygraph, and we asked you these exact same questions, what would that polygraph tell us?
Well, I've heard a lot of stories about polygraphs, so.
Thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate it.
I don't know.
They're very accurate.
I don't know. I've heard that when people were, have a certain mental, where they basically believe their own lies, that they can get through it. My counselor, she talks about polygraphs all the time. She does.
Do you
We're
believe
asking
your own
you.
lies?
Well, I'm
Do
sorry.
you believe your own lies?
No.
Then that doesn't apply to
But a
you.
lot of people diagnose me with different things.
Like what?
Oh my God, she just told on herself. She literally said that her therapist tells her that she's the type of person that could tell a lie, and she convinces herself on her own lies. And then now she's saying no. But well, what was the reason of you even bringing that up, that your therapist, and you've been speaking about your therapist about stuff like that happening, telling something that is a lie, and to the point where you actually believe it? You know, this lady is not helping herself. This is where we say you should not be speaking with the detectives and investigators. You should literally just be quiet and go get a lawyer, right? And another thing, they're giving her the I wouldn't say the chance, but they're literally saying, hey, we know that probably you didn't expect that your your children was gonna be unalived, or even be unalived in your house. But if you're trying to withhold information that you lured him, I mean, that's what they're trying to get her to admit to. They want her to admit that she did lure him there. And at the end of the day, no matter what they say, they're not here for you. They're not really here to help you. They're here to help themselves. They're here to get the truth. Um, she has to understand that her story is not believable. You never go down in the basement, but this specific day you go down in the basement. The father of your child has no reason to come over to your house. In fact, you said that you're scared of him and you're afraid of him, and that he's been stalking you, and he goes to the school to try to find your address and stuff. And he was the reason why you lost custody of your children. So again, he has no reason to be at your house that day. And why not come through the front and make his presence known? No, it's because somebody told him to go to the back, right? And then you said that you're afraid of going down in the basement, but this day you go down in the basement and you see the door open, and you run upstairs and you tell your current boyfriend Paul that someone's in the house. Y'all both go downstairs, and now you see it's the father of your children. And then all of a sudden this big fight break out where he loses life. Like, lady, I mean, I can understand if you're trying to cover for your boyfriend. That's what it seems like, it right? She's trying to cover for her boyfriend, to say, hey, everything what he did out of self-defense for me. We was, defending each other. But it's not the truth, because the son's father had no reason to even be there. Yeah, sent him over there, so now there's intent. You losing custody of your children, and then also have to pay for visitation rights. There goes your motive. You're literally giving them all this information, and you're not helping yourself. And that's why I wish she would be quiet. But I mean, if she was quiet, then we wouldn't have a case to review, right? So let's go on. And shout out to everybody who's stopping in and saying hi and participating. I truly appreciate you.
Well, not exactly diagnosed as they believe.
Okay.
What do they believe?
Like, I've had a psychological evaluation where they thought that I was, I'm trying to think of how you say the word, schizophrenic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because whether you guys know it or not, I have a bad phobia. That's why I don't go down the basement. Bad phobia of germs. So I've been diagnosed with different things because of that.
What exactly are you officially diagnosed?
Well, not officially. I've been diagnosed with paranoia recently.
Absolutely, Bruce. Absolutely.
Phobia /
Gave it all up.
OCD. That's what I've been diagnosed with.
Okay, so those don't play into being untruthful.
I don't know what exactly the things were.
All right, here's the thing.
Wow.
Right now, you're being untruthful. Right now, I
It would
know.
break the machine if you got on. It would just break. And you know what? You seem like a really nice person. I just don't understand why we're having this much trouble getting you to be honest with us.
I don't want none of this to happen. I don't want none of this. I don't want him to know my address.
I think that
this to happen.
You're right, but the problem is that somebody in connection with you got him to come to that house under false pretenses. When he got there, one thing led to another, and he ended up dead in your basement.
I can tell you this, me or Paul did not know that he was coming. We did not know at all.
Then who brought him there?
I swear to God.
Then who brought him there?
I'm trying to tell you, I think he knew where it was at a couple days ago, sir.
Somebody brought him there with phone calls tonight. The point is,
I feel like even if I'm able to leave here, I don't feel like I can go back to that house anymore because, well, if he is gone, I still can't believe it. But if he is gone, his family and everything else, you know what I mean? I really.
okay, well, we're gonna go. We still have more people to talk to, but I really hope that you reconsider telling the truth because
Can I say this to you real quick though? James Harris is a very smart man, you know, and everything he gets charged with. If you look at his record, even like him, he used to be a teacher down here, and he gave his students wedgies and stuff like that. He's gotten off on everything.
Okay.
Even, I mean, not off, but
Bruce,
you know, like my domestic violence, knocked down to a misdemeanor, whatever. Well, not a misdemeanor, but disorderly conduct. Now, you know, and just like the situation where I was trying to tell you, where when me and him would get into a physical fight, he called down his daughter to be a witness. You know what I mean? To cover his ass.
Well, the problem is that he didn't do that tonight.
That's what I'm thinking. Jabari.
Wasn't
the
Jabari.
whole situation with Jabari, why Jabari was there, and I think that his plan went wrong. I've been sitting in here thinking that maybe he came there, you know, was just going to go ahead and just kill me. Didn't know Paul was there because Paul, like I said, parked his car way far away. Came there to just kill me or talk to me or something to get me back there. And then things didn't work out right.
So he was going to go and kill you with your 5 children in the car.
That's a cover-up. I've been sitting here thinking about it.
I think that's a nice try, a nice effort on your part. I don't believe it.
I'm trying.
He was lured there, and we're going to. By the end of the night, we'll have a name. And you are going to be in trouble along with that person that we.
Just keep in mind that he's not an innocent man.
Okay.
The detectives decide to interview Paul to listen to his version of the story. After they gather more evidence, they will go back and confront Tiffany again later in this video. For now, let's see if Paul's story matches Tiffany's.
Okay, I took the handcuff off of you for that, just to emphasize that point. You are not under arrest, but we are going to advise you from Miranda rights. We just got done talking with Tiffany. Throughout the last.
Is she okay?
She's fine.
She's been having really difficulties. Like we think anytime now.
Okay. Yeah, she looks like she's ready to pop. So before we get started, I just want to let you know of your rights, just so that everyone's under the understanding we're on the up and up. We're not here to do anything wrong here. Okay. Basically, I'm just going to ask you, tell me about what happened tonight.
I don't even know. It was like, I don't know if he followed us home or something, because we've been running from him for a while. You know, we went to different.
When you say him, you mean
James Harris.
James Harris. Okay.
We've moved in so many different places, you know, and each time he finds us, and I'm always trying to be careful, don't follow me or whatever. Tonight we were out, and
why is it you guys are running from this guy?
He's obsessed with her. That's his ex. You know, they have kids together. You know, I mean, like I said, he's an older guy, she's a younger girl, you know. I understand, you know what I'm saying? I kind of understand, but he's been obsessed with her for the whole time. And they're going through this thing with these kids, the other kids, their kids or whatever. Like he came.
Yep, that is her boyfriend. Hey, Sophia, how are you? My day is going well. How are you this fine Sunday? Yeah, she's pregnant again. Yes, absolutely. 5 kids down and 6 more to go. Hey. Tiff, go to quarter. All right, let's hear what he has to say. So far, it seems that he has the same story as the girlfriend Tiffany. So let's see if they believe it. I think really what the investigators is gonna think about is they're gonna ask him what happened to the point when you seen him in the house, right? Like what happened? How did the altercation occur? Did you end up hitting him first? Did you initiate it, trying to get him out the house, or did he initiate coming after you? They're gonna ask him that type of questions. But let's go on.
I said he illegally got custody of the kids. He lied and said that he had the kids already, but he didn't have the kids. But then he brought the police over to the house. This is in North Canton to get the kids or whatever. Now, he went through all this court proceedings without, telling anybody and got custody of the kids. And this has been going on. And I think he just recently found out that she was pregnant. Like she's been hiding it, from everybody, whatever, because she doesn't want them to know. And I think he recently found out, and I don't know. I think that's when he must have followed us home or something. I don't know.
Okay, so you're at the house tonight.
Yeah.
Tell me about what happened at the house.
Right. She's got OCD. Okay? We go through a lot of different rituals to get inside the house, to do all kind of things. Okay. If you went there, you see stuff in the sink, like bags of clothes. If you go in the house, there's no clothes in the house because in her mind they're dirty. Thank you. They have to be washed. I was in the basement going to wash clothes or whatever. We had clothes in the wash. I was gonna go and move them to the dryer, and that's when I heard the noise. I didn't know if it was her or what was going on because she's been slipping in the tub and stuff.
Sleeping in the tub.
Slipping.
Okay.
Like falling. Okay. I just wanted to make sure she didn't fall or whatever. I didn't know what was going on. I just ran upstairs and here he's coming. He's coming in with the fucking gun, coming down the stairs. And, fuck, I didn't know. I'm just screaming, calling cops, we're fighting in the basement.
Okay, no, but when you first saw him, where were you?
Coming up the stairs.
How far? Where on the stairs?
I don't know, maybe midway, not even. Where was she at? I was running. I don't know, I thought she was in the garage. I didn't know if she was in the garage or if she was in the house. I was in the basement. She does her little ritual things, and sometimes, you never know what she's doing. I was going downstairs to change some clothes over from the washer to the dryer that we had put in there previously before we left. And I just saw a guy coming in the back door with a gun. Okay. I didn't even realize who it was until after, you know what I mean? I didn't even realize I'm just fighting.
Right.
I was just really upset, really scared. She put the baby and him with a gun. I was just scared. That's, I just wanted to defend myself.
Right.
Her, that's all I can,
So you guys met on the steps?
Yeah, we met on the steps.
When you were on the steps, did you realize who he was?
No.
Okay.
Because I had just turned the lights off. Like I said, I was on my way going upstairs anyway. I had just turned the light off. I was going upstairs, heard the bang. I wanted to start running, and boom, here he goes.
When did you first see her during all this?
Yeah, it was like I blacked out. I was calling her. I was screaming her name. She came downstairs. She turned the light on. And I told her, help me get the gun away from him, because he would not let go of the gun. And I'm sitting here fighting him. I'm like, please let go of the gun, let go of the gun, let go of the gun. Let go screaming and hollering. And he's screaming and hollering, I'm going to kill you and this, that. And I'm just screaming, please put the gun down. I'm banging his head on the ground. I am. I'm trying to get anything to get the gun out of his fucking hand. And I don't know if he finally dropped it and she kicked it away, or did I knock it away? I don't really remember. I just remember seeing the gun and acting on it. That's all I can remember.
Did you see the gun on the stairwell?
I seen it when he came in, or when I was going up the stairwell. Yeah, I seen it. It was shiny. It was pretty shiny. There were other lights on.
No, how long were you guys fighting before she came downstairs?
I don't even know.
Your best guess.
It seemed like forever. I really don't know how long it was. It could have been 15 minutes, could have been 10 minutes. I mean, we were fighting. It seemed like we were
a decent amount of time.
I was exhausted.
You were down there by yourself just fighting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Bruce. Like, yeah, who goes upstairs to go to the basement? That's weird. And then on top of that, the way how he's telling the story, he's saying that he was the one who saw the guy. right? So everything that she said, talking about, oh, she saw that the door was open and we were both together and it startled him. That doesn't make any sense, because now when he's telling his side of it, he's saying that he was the one who saw the guy come in, and then that he also saw a weapon. So they messed up right there, because none of their stories are not panning out the same way of how was the back door open, who was in the basement. Obviously she's not in the basement. He confirmed that she doesn't go down in the basement because she has OCD and she has a thing about dirt and dust and whatever not, or cobwebs, whatever, so she wouldn't be caught down there in the basement. So it just, they're literally playing themselves. He's saying exactly opposite than what she said, right? And then I told y'all, right? He took a sip of water. You know why he took a sip of water? He's getting dry mouth. Dry mouth sometimes, not all the time, but dry mouth is usually happens when someone is telling lies. And some people usually take sips of water to give them more time to think of something in their head that is believable, right? So they'll take a couple sips before they answer a question. And we've seen him do that. He started to get dry mouth for all the fibs that he was telling. So he he had to moist that mouth real quick so he can keep on coming out with these fables. But let's go on.
I was exhausted, so.
Okay. How did he get in the back door?
I have the back door, we don't have a key to it, so we probably pretty much left it open. Because the keys that I have don't work they work the front door, but they don't work that door. And because of her problem I was telling you about, we don't go to the front door at all. We either enter through the garage or we enter through the back door. And we have to go through this whole ordeal with our shoes and everything, to change our shoes just to come inside the house. When officers are in the house, if we go back there, it's gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to get the rug doctor and clean the whole house again, But
Okay, so the two of you meet on the stairs,
yes,
and you see he's got a gun, but at this point you don't know who he is.
I didn't know who he was at first.
Okay.
I seen the gun in a person that I didn't know come in the door. I didn't,
Okay, so you guys start tussling.
This is not our first tussle either. This is not our first tussle. We've tussled about 2 years ago. I made a police report down in Canton. He attacked me, I went up there, this is back when things were okay, you know what I mean? She had dropped the kids off with him or whatever, and it was time for us to pick them up, and I went over there to pick up the kids. And I guess he got an attitude problem because I came, but he used to come to my house to get the kids. I never said anything. And he came over to my truck and tried to pull me out of my truck and fight me out of my.
So Speed and C said, yes, when you're in the basement and you leave, you head upstairs, right? But that goes against what she said, right? And this is what Bruce is trying to show you. Bruce said her boyfriend would have been going downstairs because he was going downstairs because she said that she went upstairs to tell him that he was there. She said that she was in the basement already and that she ran upstairs to go get her boyfriend. He's saying that he was in the basement and he saw him and she wasn't in the basement. So their stories don't match up. Where they were and anything, and who was the first one to see him, when did they both see him, and on top of that, he's telling them the story right now, saying that the baby father been following them for a while and everything like that, and that he has had altercations or arguments with him. So how the hell you do not know who is on the stairs? By the time you got to the stairs, you telling me you didn't know the person who had the gun, and this is not their first time seeing this man? Yeah, they did set him up. They set him up, definitely. Hey, Ronnie Ron, good seeing you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Who just said this lady got the thunderclap? That can you? Oh my God. Right, Ms. Jalen, that's my thing. I really do believe that she invited him. She invited him under pretense. Yeah, that's what it was, Speed. They contradicted themselves. Yeah, no problem. I really appreciate your compliment, your comment. Listen, it doesn't matter if we're right or wrong. We can be wrong. I could be wrong. We learning together, right? And enjoying this commentary. So let's go on. Thank you for stopping by.
Stop, he's an older guy. I don't want to fight. I'm like, dude, you're an older guy. Chill out. He attacked me with weightlifting thing about 2 years ago. I made a police report down in Canton. I took pictures. I had big lumps all over my arm from blocking and everything. But I didn't have to hurt him that bad then. I just, I got him off me. And I think one of his friends were there and they kind of broke it up or something.
Okay. So you guys eventually get down into the basement. It's dark.
We're falling into the basement pretty much,
Okay. Describe what happens in the basement during the fight.
I'm trying to get the gun out of his hand.
Okay.
I'm trying to fight him to get the gun out of his hand.
Did you guys eventually tumble to the ground?
Yeah, it didn't take long. We were on the ground pretty fast.
Okay. So you guys are wrestling on the ground?
Pretty much, yeah.
And like you said, it seemed like 10, 15, 20 minutes you were fighting.
It could have been longer. It seemed like an eternity.
Okay. And eventually the lights turn on, and that's when Tiffany comes down.
Yeah, when she turned the lights on, yeah.
Okay. Is he still holding the gun at this point?
No, I think we kicked it across the hall. We kicked it across the room.
Absolutely, Michelle. Absolutely.
You mean like as soon as she comes downstairs?
Yeah, when the lights
are on, he still got the gun in his hand.
Okay. Tell me about the fight. What are you doing in this fight besides trying to get the gun away?
I'm trying to hold him. He's fighting, I'm trying to hold one arm and I'm trying to get him in the headlock is what I'm trying to do. But he's got this gun and he's swinging it, At first he's on, I was on my back first. And I'm like, oh shit, I got off my back and I get on him and I'm trying to turn him over. I used to wrestle. I'm trying to turn him over, on his stomach so he can't really see what he's doing. And I'm just trying to not let go of this gun. I'm just banging his hand on the ground, banging his hand, and I started banging his head too, and he's fighting hard, I'm fighting hard.
Yeah, at this point he's on his stomach or his back?
He's on his stomach.
Okay, so you're trying to, which hand is he holding the gun in?
I think it was his right hand. It was in his hand. He was like this on the ground, like trying. I don't know if he was trying to aim and shoot or what. I was just trying to get the gun out of his hand.
Okay, so you're banging his hand on the ground.
I'm banging his hand and his head.
Okay.
I'm doing
Did that ever fire?
I don't think so. I don't. Like I said, I was so terrified. I didn't know. I didn't hear anything. I was hoping not, because I was trying to get her to get out of there in case it did.
Okay. So eventually the gun comes out of his hand.
Hey, Lauren, good to see you.
What happens to the gun after he drops it?
I think I either fling it across the room or I'm not sure. I think Tiffany might have kicked it across the room. I think she might have kicked it across.
Okay.
Just to get out of his hand. When he stopped moving, I stopped. I was
Okay.
like, oh shit. And I was like, oh my God, is he all right? She was on the phone with 911. We were still fighting. We were still tussling with the gun a little bit. I think she was on the phone with 911. I'm not sure.
Okay. Then what happened after that?
The police came.
Where was Tiffany at during all after he stopped moving?
She went to let the police inside, I think. I told her to open the garage up because they, in the front, just open the garage, let him in.
Right.
I think she was just to tell them where she was. Because I don't know if they knew exactly where to go or if she gave them the address. I didn't know.
I agree.
Okay. And then the police showed up.
Hey,
and
Don,
that was
how
pretty
are
much
you?
it.
Shout out to Indiana.
I was exhausted. I was sweating and I didn't know if I was bleeding or he was bleeding. I didn't know what was going on. But I got blood all over me. It was all over the floor. I got all, because we were out. Like I said, I was on my knees too. I was on my knees trying to, like I said, we're on the floor tussling.
The detectives realize that Paul's story is different than what Tiffany has told them. Tiffany claims to have been in the basement with Paul when James arrived, but Paul is saying she was in another part of the house. She also claimed that she only saw something shiny in James's hands, but Paul is saying that she helped get the gun away from James. The detective will now confront Paul with the inconsistencies.
Okay, we talked with Tiffany, and her rendition of what happened is quite a bit different. Is there any explanation as to why?
I have no idea. I have no.
Their stories are completely different. But like I said, I kind of knew that it was going to be that way because especially with the girl, she said from the beginning that she is afraid of basement. She willingly gave that information up, saying that she doesn't like going into basement. She has a fear of going into basement due to her being in abusive centers and stuff like, or domestic abuse centers or whatever. She gave that information to the investigators first. So why, out of all days, if you never go into the basement because you have a phobia behind it, you're in the basement? What were you doing in the basement? What was the reason for you being in the basement? And then it makes sense that he was telling when he said, yes, she was upstairs. But then when she was telling her story to the investigators, she said that she ran upstairs to get Paul. She said that Paul wasn't even in the basement. Like, ooh, child. They just they needed to stop while they were at it from the beginning, because now, you know, as a detective or an investigator, I would be like, well, did the son father even have the gun, or is that your gun? I know they're probably going to be checking ballistics. They're going to see where who's registered for the gun. So now when they find out that gun belongs to either one of them, the girl or him, it's a wrap. It's going to be a total wrap for them, because they're already leading with the fact that they lured him to the house. Now, if they wanted to be honest, they could say, hey, this guy was stalking us for forever, coming up to our jobs, doing all weird shit, and enough is enough. We decided to handle it ourselves, since the law and nobody would help us. That's being honest, if that was the case. But this, it just seemed like you flat out just lured this man in here, and you did it because she wanted her kids, and she wanted her kids. She wanted sole custody, and she had to get you out the way, get the guy out the way, because he was a more reliable parent, and that's what the court saw. Here we go.
I was in the basement, like I said, so I have no idea. Because, like I said, I was in the basement, she was in the garage or in the house. I don't know if she was, usually she has to take a shower before she does anything in the house. I didn't know if she was in the shower or if she was still in the garage doing something. I have no idea where she was at.
Who all was in the house with the two of you?
Just me and Tiffany.
Another female?
There was some lady came in with the cops. I don't know who she was. She was plain clothes. I don't know who she was. Some lady.
Before the police were there?
No, just me and her. Tiffany, she don't even like to come. She don't want people to come over because she doesn't want people to walk into the house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She doesn't allow shoes in the house. And some people kind of wonder, like, why are you acting like she doesn't want people to know, about her problems or whatever.
When was the last time you guys had a carpet cleaned?
Well, right before we moved in. That was it.
So a month ago?
Yeah, right before we moved in. She wouldn't even go inside until the carpets were clean.
Here's the thing, man. I'm just gonna break it down for you. We have evidence, phone records, that shows that somebody lured him over to that house. Okay.
Somebody called him and had him.
That I have no idea about that at all.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, that has the power to get you in a lot of trouble.
Say what?
That has the power to get you in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
A lot.
The man coming over with a gun in my house.
Hold on. The thing is that somebody called him and brought him to
that. I have no idea about that. I have no clue about that.
Hold on. Somebody called him and got him to come over to that house. He called them when he was pulling up to the house to verify that he was at the right spot. That person came out the front door of that house, met him in the driveway. Then that person walked him around the back of the house, and that's how he got in.
See, because now we have people telling us that, then we have the phone to match the calls up to what people are telling us.
There was no call from me.
No, but there was calls from his phone that match what these witnesses are telling us, so we know it's true.
I have no idea about that.
Okay, but here's the thing: if he was lured from that house,
that had nothing to do with me.
They make things a heck of a lot different.
Terrified of him. She's terrified of this guy.
The question is, who was it that was at that house tonight with the two of you that called him to lure him?
There was nobody there besides her and I that I know of. Unless, like I said, unless she let the neighbor in. Maybe it was the neighbor. I don't know if she was talking to the neighbor or whatever. She asked people questions about, like, is there any bugs over here? She's got a problem, She does all kind of
But that contradicts what you just said about her pretty much like staying to herself and don't let people come in her house because, you know, she's afraid of, you know, she got that OCD. She afraid of people touching things, leaving germs. You said that she doesn't even allow, you can't come in her house with shoes and stuff like that. And that's the reason why so many people don't come to her house, because she has her own little small rituals that she don't want to be judged by. So now all of a sudden when they're saying, hey, we know somebody called this guy to come to your house, came and met him up in the front to let him know this is the right house, and also sent him towards the back of the house how to get in the house. Now you're saying that a neighbor could have came? Boy, bye. You just told them that she wouldn't do that. Now that's an option now, right? Boy, man.
Different crazy things that most people wouldn't do. You know, I have no idea. I was in the basement getting the laundry. I was going to put the laundry from the washer to the dryer, or whatever, put some more clothes in the washer. I was actually going to take the clothes I had on off and put them in there too, because if you went in the house, you'll see there's no clothes in there. There's certain things that don't come in the house. You know, most things don't come in the house. Cell phones, things like that. If you can't put it in the shower, it don't go in the house. So
where does everything stay?
It stays either in the hallway or in the car. Everything goes in the hallway or goes in the car. Like you can hang a bag on the door or something, and then it can stay not in the house but outside the house. It can be in a bag out there.
Okay. How many cell phones does she have?
Tiffany has one cell phone, and I have a cell phone.
Well, I mean, I don't know that for sure. We got to go talk to some people. But the problem is that y'all two statement doesn't match, and then we got this other stuff going on. So,
witnesses outside that are telling us completely
I don't know what was going on outside. Did Tiffany talk to the neighbors outside? I have no idea.
Well, I honestly believe that somebody, either her or you or the both of you know, called him, lured him to the house.
On the record, you can see who was on the phone.
Yeah, we're working on that now.
It wasn't me.
It doesn't matter if it was you or not.
The point is I believe that it was planned to bring him over. Now, whether you were involved in that plan, you had knowledge of that plan, or it was done outside of your knowledge. But the plan was to bring that man over to the house, lure him to the back of the house, and then what happened. So we're trying to figure out who it was.
The plan was to get a man with a gun into my house.
Well, I don't think they understand.
We don't have anything to say that was his gun yet. We don't have anything to say that.
And we don't know.
It's not registered or anything. I don't know.
We're working
to say that was his gun.
The thing is that maybe the plan was that we didn't know he was going to show up with a gun.
All we know is
there was no plan.
All we know is we got a dead guy in the basement and people lying to us.
I really didn't want for that to happen. The guy's been a pain in my ass ever since we've been together. But I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted to get the gun out of his hand. That's it. I don't want to die. I don't want my unborn child to die.
I understand that. The question is, who was it that called him that brought him to that house?
That man knows a lot of people. He knows more people than I do. He's an older guy. He knows like everybody.
Your statement and her statement are so different. I mean, I'm not talking about a little difference where you don't know if she kicked it or you kicked it or something little like that. We're talking about they are so materially different that they both can't be true. It's impossible. So
I'm just telling you from what I remember.
Okay.
It's a big blank. It's like you black out when you're fighting with somebody. I blacked out,
Well, I just don't want to see.
Go from what I
just don't want you to see you catch a serious charge.
I don't want to catch a serious charge. Period. I have other kids too.
So if there's something else going on here and it went past what was intended, you need to tell me now.
I had no idea. I had no clue of any of that. If that was the case of what you're talking, I have no idea. I had no recollection of any of that. I didn't know.
Well, the thing is, and it's the same thing we told Tiffany.
If that's going on, I really want to know myself.
Here's the thing. That's just the same. I want to tell you the same thing we told Tiffany. Somebody was there, made phone calls to James and lured him to that house. Then met him. Hold on.
See, it wasn't.
Hold on. No. Somebody at that
And you know what's so even more damaging, because the lady literally tried to blame her daughter. She said, "Oh, I swear that was one of my daughter's burner phones." But this man just admitted that you two were the only ones in the house. Your children wasn't there. It doesn't make any sense for the daughter to call or to lure the father to your house, to your house, when they're not even there. Then for the cops to say that somebody had to go outside and meet him and let him know how he can get in the back, and also to open the back door. The back door was opened by somebody inside the house. So it's just like, y'all stories doesn't add up, and they think that by acting so emotional, is going to be a way that people is going to believe you. But the story that y'all saying is not believable. And y'all talk about, oh, my kids, but y'all wasn't worried about y'all children. I mean, seriously, y'all wasn't worried about y'all children at all. Nobody talked about they called the cops until afterwards, right? Afterwards, when you realize that the guy is dead and you shot him dead. I didn't hear about neither one of them talking about rendering aid either. Now, I get it. If you have animosity against this person, the last thing you're really thinking about is saving their life. But, it doesn't seem, their self-defense case goes right out the window. It wasn't self-defense, especially when the detectives realized that the man was lured to the house. It wasn't that he was following and scoping the house for days, and they have footage of him doing that. His car being parked a block away, maybe 2 houses down, watching when they go in and out. If they had that, then they could be like, all right, there's a possibility that he was scoping the house out for a while and he knew when they were going to be home. But if his whole main target is he's obsessed with this woman and he's mad at this woman, wouldn't he wait until Paul is not home? Obviously, he knows Paul's vehicle, right? He would have waited until Paul's not home if he really wanted to attack this woman, not take them on hand to hand in that way. It just doesn't make that much sense. It really doesn't. And that's why they need to be quiet. They really do need to be quiet. But they're not going to do it. Miss Jalen says, Relaction, he can't even speak properly. Yeah. Bruce said, can't they ping the phone number during the time to find the tower? Yes, exactly. They could. They definitely can. And I would not be surprised if they're working on it at this moment while they're having the interrogation with him. Speed said, those kids didn't deserve this. They just lost all 3 of their guardians. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Hi, Jax. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. He said they can, but they need a warrant for that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Miss Jalen says, Bruce, the DT keep pressing them about the phone. Paul and her are not listening. Yeah, exactly. And it's definitely not self-defense. Yes, Lauren, it's not self-defense. It really isn't. All right, let's go on. Let's hear what he has to say.
That house. Called him and lured him to the house. Hold on, let me finish. I'm talking. That person, a female, met him in the driveway, walked him around the back of the house, and then left the scene before the cops got there.
The detectives leave the room after receiving a call from the police at the crime scene. The police had just found a disposable phone in Tiffany's backyard. Several calls had been made from that phone to James's phone right before the incident took place. The detectives will now confront Tiffany and then Paul with the evidence.
Good news. Detective Ross will be in a second. We found the phone that lured your child's father up there. It was in your side yard, hidden by a fence. We found it. Yeah, it was. We're going to show you. We're going to bring the phone in. We're going to call it.
Okay.
And we're going to show you the phone that we found the phone. You need to tell us the truth now. We have the phone. There's no doubt. He didn't know he was coming to your house. He was lured there. And we can prove it. Yes.
My child almost died. I could have died tonight.
We can prove that he was lured to your house. We can prove it. There's no doubt. I'm going to show it to you in just a minute. So,
Sure.
And when you see it, you better start telling the truth, or you're going to wind up in prison. That's just how that's going to go.
I understand what you're saying.
You keep telling me that, but I don't think you do.
No, I really understand. But it's always like this. It's always like this. He just, it's just...
No.
I swear to God,
The phone that was in your yard called him today. We have the phone. When we were looking for the phone out there, we called the number and we heard it ringing. It was laying in your yard.
In my yard.
In your yard.
I would like to see the phone because
Well, we're going to show it to you.
I'm just saying though, me or my child.
Excuse my language. Bitch, your child wasn't there. Stop putting your daughter in this. Stop putting your daughter in this. The phone was found in your yard. Who else is in your yard? No witness, no neighbor can say that somebody was in your yard. If that was the case, they would have had brought that up already, that they found a individual, whether it was a male or a female, in the yard using the phone, walking back and forth. That has not been said. You and Paul are the only one who has access to the backyard, just like y'all are the only ones who had access to opening the back door. And you keep on trying to incriminate your daughter. And then you try to throw out, oh, I could have died last night. Yeah, you could have died for your foolish behaviors. You could have died for you trying to set up and unalive your child's father. Yeah, it could have went left if he didn't, if he didn't get overpowered by both of you. Yeah, you could have lost your life for your foolish decisions. Absolutely. But don't keep on bringing your daughter in this. Like, that's just disgusting. It really, like, come on, you being a real heifer right now. That's really disgusting. Sorry, guys. Excuse my language, but that's getting on my nerves.
We could have died tonight, and I'm the one with the finger pointed at. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it's always like that. That's why he keeps getting away with all this stuff. It keeps just...
He didn't do anything wrong tonight.
He didn't do anything wrong.
He came to a house to look at a car and got ambushed.
A car?
He got ambushed. He
didn't come to look at no car.
Yeah, he did.
No, sir, he did not.
He did. Hey, John.
Yeah.
Bring that track phone.
He didn't come to look.
Now it gets even worse. Now, that's how they lured him to the house. You set up a post that you was selling a vehicle. And that makes perfect sense why he would come up to the house, sit there, have messages with you, letting you know that I'm here. I don't know which house it is. One of you guys come out and see him, and he's thinking that he's gonna, you're trying to sell his car to him, and you did ambush this man. You ambushed this man. Like, this is ridiculous. This is why she's so adamant now to say he didn't come to look for a car. He came for me. He came for me. He's been stalking and all this stuff. He came for me. Oh my God. My head hurt. That's crazy.
Look at no car, sir. I swear to God, he didn't come to look at no car.
Yeah, he did.
You know how many cars he has?
I can prove it.
He has like
I'm about to prove it to you right now.
He has like 100 cars, sir.
You guys lured him up there, and then you killed him.
No, I don't.
Well, tell me where I'm wrong.
I don't want him gone. I need him to have my kids.
Whatever.
I really do.
Okay.
I'm just going to show him the proof. I need him to have my kids.
Then I'm going to ship you off to jail.
I need him to have my kids. Hi.
Just how it's going to go.
found at your house.
In the yard.
The phone used to call him to lure him to the house.
We have his phone. That phone number called his phone. That's the phone he's talking to when he arrives at your house. And the phone's in your yard. We know he was lured there.
Dad, can you turn it on?
Sure.
I bet you any amount of money, if you look at, there's a picture of my daughter on it. If that, because there's been several, they cost $10. Okay? And if you had even looked at my messaging, I've given my daughter so many phones. But I don't think that's the phone that my daughter had.
I know it's not.
Okay,
We've already looked at it.
Can I look at it?
No.
Can you turn it on and show me the
There's no phone. It's a track phone. There's no pictures. There's no camera. It happens. This isn't the first case that we've had where people have dropped evidence accidentally.
You guys actually think I want him dead? You think
Yeah.
I'm about to have a baby? I don't want.
Not dead.
You caused him to be lured to your house tonight, and he is dead. Whether you wanted him or dead or not is irrelevant.
Why was this phone calling him, trying to sell him a car from your house?
There was nobody from my house calling him, sir. But I do not want him dead. I did not want him dead at all.
Then why was the person on this phone calling him, getting him to come to your house?
I don't have any persons.
No. Answer my question. Don't run around in circles. Why was the person calling from this phone, calling his phone, telling him to come to your house?
You know, I told you guys I don't want my address out. Okay? Would not have him come there. And you say you believe that I want him dead. At least he, kind of thinks that maybe I didn't want him dead because I didn't want him dead.
Or maybe you wanted him to show up at the house so you could call the police and say he was harassing you.
For what?
Could you get your kids back?
I'm going to get him back anyway.
Listen, if that's what it was, it got out of hand, you need to tell us now. Because you're running out of options. Like I told you, we're going to prove it. Okay? You're going to end up in prison. No, I don't think you understand.
No, sir, I do really understand what you're saying, sir.
So why don't you tell us the truth now?
Yes, Gerard.
Stay out of prison.
As far as somebody else is involved, I don't know any. Did you ask Paul? Because I don't know anybody else to be involved. I was freaking shocked when he came here, okay? I swear to God, I was freaking shocked. I was upset because he knew the address.
You're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
I'm looking right at you. You're lying.
You're lying.
No.
Oh, okay, Bruce, go ahead and do what you have to do, sir. Yeah, I got a couple more that I cases that I'm going on, so you'll see me again. Yeah, but she's completely flat out lying. You were not shocked. You still have not said, neither one of you have said that whose phone that is, right? And with the burner phone, or the track phone, so those are those little track phones that they sell in the store. You can get it for like $50 or so, wherever. Not, they just have to test and see whether or not if your fingerprints is on it, right? When they actually really go through the messages, they'll see whether or not if your name is said. It seems that the guy was completely ambushed. It does seem like that now. He didn't even know where you live, but in the first interrogation, you made it known saying that he had went up to the kid's house to have your address. So if he had your address and he's been harassing you the way that you explained to the detectives that he's been harassing you, he would not have to call and verify if he was at the right house. That beats your whole argument about him harassing you because he didn't even know where you lived. He had no clue. You're now saying that you were startled that he was even there. But you said 10, 15 minutes prior, you said that he had your address. You wanted your kids back. And you didn't want to deal with him anymore. You didn't want to have paid visitations or anything of that sort. Now, do I believe that you actually wanted to kill him? No, I don't necessarily believe that she wanted him gone like in that way. But you did want to harm him, and you did want to press him and fear and put the fear in him for him to give the kids back or to take you off the pay visitations. That's what you wanted. You and Paul wanted that because you didn't do this by yourself, and that wasn't a plan all by yourself. That was also a plan with him. Y'all needed that extra money, but those kids being in your house with the new baby on the way. Let's just keep it 100. You were trying to switch the situation where you get money for child support from the father that will help you with the new kid that's coming along the way in the household. That's exactly what happened. Let's go on.
No, I'm not. I'm not a liar.
Okay.
Sir, please.
No, you dug your hole. You don't want to climb out of it. You don't want to be honest. That's what. No, you're not trying at all.
Please.
No.
Can I call a lawyer or somebody? When can I use the phone?
The detectives leave Tiffany alone in the interrogation room so they can have the same conversation with Paul in the other room. At this point, they believe that someone called James, telling him they had a car for sale.
Alright, dude.
Time is. It's time for you to start being honest. That's what time it is.
Check it out, man. We went back out to your place. Try to find you some clothes. You're right, all your stuff's in the laundry. Problem is, we also found the phone. We found the phone. Later, not your phone. We found the phone that was calling that man's phone that lured him to your house. Okay. He's laying in the yard.
I didn't know about that.
Okay? You still killed him after he was lured to your house.
I did not know that. I did not.
Doesn't matter if you knew it or not.
Who lured him there?
That's what we're asking you.
Listen,
I don't know. You don't have them? Oh my God. I didn't know that he was lured.
We're gonna have them. We're gonna have them because we have the phone. We're getting their DNA off the phone right now, and we're gonna have them, and they're gonna tell on you guys so fast.
I have no idea about that at all. I have no idea. I just know a guy breaks into my house with a gun and I'm trying to defend myself. That's all that I know. If someone called him and lured him there, I had no idea.
He didn't break into your house. He didn't break into your house. There's no sign that anybody broke into anything.
I said
he was walked around your back of your house by another girl.
I had no clue of that.
Bullshit.
Oh my God.
It is time for you to tell the truth.
If you're gonna lock me up, just lock me up, okay? Just call me. I ain't got nothing else to say because I don't know about that. If I have no clue, I can't tell you. Okay? I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I do not know. I truly do not know. Okay?
Hey, Freezy, how you doing, bro?
Your story about what happened. Tiffany's story about what happened are black and white, night and day different.
That's what you said, but like I said,
completely different.
Fighting the man, I was.
Thank you so much, Freezy.
No, I'm talking about the stuff leading up to.
Okay.
Then this guy gets several phone calls luring him to your house.
Thank you so much, Freezy. I truly appreciate it. Mods, if you could, there was a couple other content creators as well as Freezy that came in to show support, and I appreciate it. If you could, can you please drop down their links to their channel, just in case if anybody would like to see the content that they do. My boy Freezy does great content. He have good topics, heated discussions, and open panels if you're interested in it to join on and have a conversation with him. So you'll like it. I enjoy his content when I watch it, especially on the late night when I'm working. So shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right, let's go on.
He's on the phone with me. I don't know who was on the phone.
He's on the phone with me.
Hold on. He's on the phone
10 minutes before you killed him.
And that phone is at your house.
I didn't mean to kill him. Okay? I did not mean to kill anybody. I was defending myself. Period. That is all.
He did not break in your house. He didn't even know it was your house he was at.
He thought
this isn't the first time the man has come around the house that he didn't know where we supposedly lived at. This is like the third or fourth time.
It's okay,
no,
Bruce. I know
what I'm saying is, through the phone records, we can prove that he was
I'm glad.
to your house.
But I didn't do it, and I had no knowledge of that. I promise you, I had no knowledge of him being lured anywhere. Period. That I had no knowledge of. Okay?
Thank you so much, Sexy Red.
What did she?
Miss Jalen,
You're letting her get you in all kinds of trouble, man. You need to, you just need to come correct. You're letting her ruin your life.
You understanding that I have no idea.
You are letting her ruin your life.
No, I ruined my life by fighting, period. I should just let him come in and fucking shoot me, I guess. I mean,
no,
be careful now.
You are ruining your, you're letting her ruin your life.
How is she ruining my life? The man came in the house with a gun. I should have just let him shoot me, correct? And then I'd be dead and he would be here. And then he could tell you how he was lured here or whatever. But I'd be dead. Or she'd be dead.
We know he was lured there. We want to know who lured him there.
That's what I'm saying. If he was lured there, I have no idea. If she lured him there, I had no acknowledgement of that at all, period.
Why would she lure him there?
Listen, if he was, why would he come charging down the basement stairs at you?
The man,
your story doesn't make any sense, dude.
Man is obsessed with her. This isn't the first time he's done shit to her.
I mean, why would he just come charging down the stairs at you?
Like I said,
and if he was good, why didn't he shoot you? Well, then why didn't he just shoot you? He had the gun.
We had an altercation 2 years ago.
He could have just shot you.
Why would he show up there to barge in the house with a gun with his kids in the van?
I don't know who was in the van. I had no idea.
All of his daughters were in the van, and his son.
I had no.
His son saw the whole thing.
Talking about the old guy, the older son or whatever. I have no idea who was in the van.
His son.
I didn't even know he had a van. I knew he had a bigger, a Ford something or other.
His son saw the girl walking around back the house.
Then why didn't he come in?
What's that?
Why didn't he come in?
He didn't come in because he didn't know what was going on. He thought everything was cool. It wasn't somebody he knows. He didn't even know you guys were there.
All I'm saying is, I had no idea. Okay, if somebody called him and brought him in there, I had no idea.
All right, after the fact.
That's all I
After the fact.
All I know is a guy with a gun.
What did she tell you after the fact then?
What did who tell me?
Tiffany.
She didn't tell me anything. After this shit happened, nothing happened. I haven't spoken to her, period. The police had me downstairs and she was upstairs. I haven't spoken to her.
That's why you guys' stories.
Period. She didn't tell me anything. Like I said, my thing is the guy's coming in, I'm fighting for my life and her life or whatnot. That's it. That's all I can do.
Or maybe you guys are fighting and he pulled the gun out to protect himself.
For me, in my house, he came in my house.
He didn't know it was your house. We can already prove that.
Shout out to Miss Sexy Red for the $5 super chat. I truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. She says, character appearing from behind a cloud saying, hiya. Thank you so much. Truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this guy is toast and he's making it worse for himself. They really just want him to just tell the truth and stop protecting this woman. It's obvious to them that this woman left out a lot of pieces of her plan and she used him to commit the crime against her son's father. The simple fact is that the man came lured to the house with the children already in the vehicle. Why would he want to go and unalive her and him if the kids are in the car? You know, like if the kids are already in the car, he wasn't coming there to fight and stuff like that. So it doesn't really make it believable about him pulling out a weapon, you know, on you guys to go commit this crime with his kids in the car. Now, we do know that there is crazy, insane people that would do that. We know this, but it doesn't really seem like that's what time he was on. He doesn't seem like that type of person to be on that type of time, you know? So it really makes their case even worse because the kids were there. The son saw it. The son saw him be, you know, on the phone, reaching out to someone to make sure and verify that he was at the right house. The children also knew that he came there to scope out a vehicle that someone was selling. And all of this transpired in the back of your house, in the basement, and clear as day, Miss Tiffany said that she doesn't go into basements because of OCDs and her fear of basement. You saying that you was down in the basement doing laundry. So again, if this guy was lured to the house, he didn't know where you lived, someone greeted him. You said that you seen this man before because you had the altercation. So again, it just really does seem that y'all sent a phone call to him and y'all said, hey, we have a vehicle available, come through, check it out. He went to the house, he came there, he probably thought that there wasn't even no beef, willingly went in the back with you guys to the basement to see to see you get the keys, whatever not, and y'all did ambush him and unalive him. That's what it seemed like it happened. It because like again, like the whole seal of the deal of them ambushing him is the kids in the car waiting, and they hear and they see everything. Nah, man. Nah. But it was definitely really the woman. She masterminded the whole entire thing. It does somewhat seem that he didn't know everything was going on, but I don't put too much past him really, because at the end of the day, he already admitted that he had some dealings with this guy that wasn't good dealings, because of his relationship with the woman. So I'm not going to give him a complete pass about everything, but he might not know that, Tiffany was planning this for a while, and the reason why she was planning it.
He had no way of knowing. He proved that he doesn't know where we live. He was lured there for this phone. I see it back there. I don't see a phone. I don't know about a phone.
This phone you found it laying in your yard.
That could be anybody's phone.
We called the phone and it rings.
Okay, it's not my
number that's in his phone.
It's not mine.
You've never touched this phone?
I've never touched that phone. Okay. It's not my phone.
When we track down where it was bought and who put money on it, it's not going to come back to you or Tiffany.
No, not Tiffany. I don't know. Me, no.
Well, you're going to be just as much trouble if it comes back to her.
I understand that. I understand that completely. But there's nothing I can do. It is what it is.
I'm telling you, bail out of this now.
There's no such thing as bailing out. Somebody is dead because of me. There's no fucking bailing out of that.
You can bail out if you tell the truth.
There is no bailing. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Bail out.
I've told you the truth and you're still telling me I'm lying. I have no idea about that, period. Okay? It doesn't matter if I knew about it, if I don't know about it. I'm going to jail. Okay? That's just the way it is. And I don't know about it. So if you're taking me down whatever to whatever street that is, just get it over with, man. I'm tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. I don't feel good. I've been here for 7 hours. I have no idea how long I've been here. I'm ready to go. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I didn't want to hurt anybody. None of that was on my shit for the day, yesterday or any other day. I have no idea about that damn phone. If you found it, it could have been anybody's phone. Could have been the neighbor's. People walk through the yard all the time. I don't know whose phone it is.
Why would your neighbors
I didn't make anybody.
Hold on. Why would your neighbors call Tiffany's ex-boyfriend and tell him to come to the house?
I didn't say that.
That
phone is the one that called him. We already verified that.
Okay.
This phone is the one that called him.
I've never seen that phone. I have an Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Tiffany has an Android phone.
Are you willing to give us permission to search through your phone?
Yes. Go ahead. I'm already in custody. Go to my phone. My phone's in the house in the bag on the door that I told you was hanging up because she makes us go through things when we take so you gotta take your clothes off and put them in the bag. It's in the bag. Yeah, you don't even need my permission to go to my phone.
Okay.
I mean, is there any way we can just speed this up?
Yeah,
I know you're taking me to jail. Can we just get that? I have to go back to the bathroom too. Can I go, please?
Tiffany and Paul would both be charged with murder. Paul would agree to testify against Tiffany in court and explain exactly what happened. Paul claimed that Tiffany and a friend she met at a homeless shelter concocted a plan to get James to come to her house. Paul stated that their only intention was to get James to violate a protection order that they didn't realize was no longer active. When James arrived, an argument broke out between Paul and James. James explained that the reason the fight escalated was because James pulled his gun out during the argument, but there was no evidence confirming this actually happened. In the end, both Paul and Tiffany would receive life in prison. Paul is eligible for parole after 15 years, and Tiffany after 30. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this case, so please share them.
Yeah, that was a wild and crazy case right there. So apparently she got one of her friends from her homeless center to call him and say, hey, there's a vehicle that we're selling, whatever not. And pretty much, yeah, she put Paul in a situation where he thought that he was actually defending, this woman, but this woman actually lured him. And I guess eventually she admitted that she didn't want him to get killed, but she want him to violate his order of protection so she can get the kids back. That's just crazy. The whole thing is just wicked. And now those poor children, all 5 of them, and even the one in her belly, no longer have parents. No longer have parents. So it's not even 5 children. It's 6 children who no longer have parents now. Over stupidity. Pretty much. All over stupidity is ridiculous. Yeah, she set both those men up. She sure did. She set both them men up. And that's bad. It's unfortunate because you want your significant other, if something is happening, you want them to be there to protect you and defend you, right? You want that, but like these are the stories that some men talk about where women will set them up for them to lose their life, and then they find out at the end of the day that it really wasn't what they say it was, right? And it's really unfortunate. It's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, that too, Afro Stoner. I agree. Yeah. All right, guys. So I have another case for you. Another case. So let me see which one that we're going to go through. All right, so the next case that we're going to review, and make sure you're hitting the like button for me. I appreciate it. Comment later on if you like the show, or if you have any other cases that you want me to review with you guys. And if you can share, please share out the channel. It all helps helps me get into the algorithm, stay in the algorithm. I truly do appreciate it. I truly do. So the next case that I have for you guys is when a Snapchat gangster messes with the wrong guy. So this is someone who thought he was tough enough, if you book, tough online, but they they end up being soft as marshmallows when the heat comes on, when they do something that they're not supposed to do. So we're going to take a look at this. This is an old case. Some of you probably have seen it, but let's go on. Here we go.
For interrogation. Before the interview begins, the detective removes Aaron's handcuffs and then leaves the door partly open, hoping to make him feel more relaxed. While the detective waits for his partner, he engages in small talk with the suspect.
What's your tattoo of?
This is from a mom, and this is from a dad.
Got one right here. It's matching with my dad.
Is your dad still alive?
Oh yeah. He just turned 49 actually a few days ago.
I'll be 43 in 10 days.
You look good for 43.
Well, I appreciate that. I don't know if that's a come on or what, but. So once my partner gets here, I'll give you some more water. Are you hungry or anything?
No, right before I met those people.
Okay. Well, again, like I told you there at the Waffle House, you're going to have your chance to explain your side of the story.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to try to do everything we can to make you comfortable.
Well, a lot more comfortable now than no plastic seat.
Well, I imagine. Those things are uncomfortable for sure.
That's definitely the truth.
This is my partner, Mitchell Kelly. Aaron Mitchell. Hey, if you don't mind, can I step out and use the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, we're good on there and we're good on here. So.
The detective begins by reading Aaron his rights, and he makes sure that he understands them. All the detectives know at this point is what Aaron has told them when he was arrested. Aaron claimed that he had met the 2 females on Snapchat, and they decided to meet up earlier that day. When Aaron met up with the women, they attacked him, and his only option was to use his father's handgun to defend himself.
Okay, so yeah, so pretty much he used the handgun. He hurt women, But I wanted to talk about the interrogation room. As we can see, all interrogation rooms are not the same. But please do not believe these guys when they say they are trying to make it comfortable for you. They are not trying to make it comfortable for you. In fact, they are deliberately trying to make it uncomfortable for you, because usually when it comes down to the psyche, when you make someone uncomfortable, also if they're hungry, also if they're cold, they tend to tell the truth, or they tend to tell what really happened because they want to hurry up and get out of the environment that they're in. So they do specific things by raising the temperature high or raising the temperature cold. They pick out certain chairs specifically that, you know, if you sit in them for a certain period of time, your butt is going to go numb, right? Even they use cuffs, right? They'll sometimes cuff people to the table, because that can affect your psyche, making you believe that you are actually arrested or being detained at this point, and that can scare people to say whatever they might, the truth about what happened about an incident. There's a reason why the door is in his peripheral, towards the right, and the way how they even sit when they're sitting at him at this very small table is an actual tactic why they're sitting and approaching him in that way to have the conversation. So just be mindful. Everything that you see going down, playing down in the interrogation room, not having any windows, having blank walls, even down to the color of that dingy ass carpet, is all a psychological trick to help them get you to say what they need to hear about what actually happened, and them getting the evidence, and they have the right to do that. It's not considered coercion. It's not considered lying. It's on the realms of fabrication, I would say. But let's go on.
Take your time. I know this has been a long night. Start from the beginning of the day. Kind of just start walking me through kind of how we led to here.
Okay. So I think the story really starts about a day ago, roughly 24 hours, probably give or take a few or 3 or so hours. So the woman with the face tattoo, her and I met on Snapchat. I forget exactly how. It's been a while, but
what's her name?
I couldn't tell you honestly. She has a nickname on her Snapchat.
Thank you so much,
it
Bruce.
was
I
Deadly
appreciate
Baddie.
Say it. How is that?
Deadly Baddie.
BADDIE. Okay.
So I forget if it was exactly I met her off of the quick ad feature on there, or if it was from a mention on someone else's story. But regardless, we met. She posted something on her story. I slid up and we got to talking, and she asked me to hang out. I agreed, and she really tried to get me to hang out with her yesterday.
What was y'all's conversation about?
Well, really, she just wanted to hang out. She said she was bored, and I was like, I am as well. So we could do something. She wanted to go to Pensacola. I don't exactly know where. She said by the water. So, like I said, she pushed very hard for me to hang out with her. I declined that night. I said we could probably do something tomorrow. She said, that sounds good. So today, earlier in the morning, we're making plans to hang out tonight, and she didn't respond for a few hours, and
Bingo. Correct, Bruce.
sorry, my time frame's a little messed up because I'm an hour ahead.
You're fine.
But I want to say about 11 or 10 this time. I went over to a friend's house who I had also just met off of Tinder. That was more of a hookup situation, and so I left there about 12.
Yep.
I wanna say.
That is right.
Like I said, we had literally just met, so I want to say her name's Sadie. Anyways, I left there, and the woman with the face tattoo texted me and said, "Hey, I'm heading back from the beach. If you want to hang out, we still can." I said, "Yeah, sure, sounds good." So she got back from the beach, and she was like, "Hey," she was like, "Where are you at?" I said, "I am by Whataburger, McDonald's, and Chick-fil-A by the Walmart." I don't normally visit Pace, but that's the some rough estimate of the location. So she was like, "Oh, could you grab me food?" And so I agreed. I bought her a number 15 with ranch, and I got her a Coke. I have the receipt in my
So one thing that stood out to me is that he's telling the detectives that he did not want to go out and hang out with this girl in Snapchat, and she was very adamant. If she was that adamant, why did you go? Why did you agree to meet up with her? You just could have blocked her and said no. If you thought that she was one of those stick-up queens, because we do know there's a lot of stick-up kings and stick-up queens that's on Snapchat, right? If you thought it was a setup, why would you go? And then you went and you agreed to give this girl a meal. Like, like at one point it didn't seem like you was too worried about this woman setting you up, right? And I don't think he realized that that's what the detectives is also picking up, why they're asking him what happened to the point where you met the woman online and when the incident occurred. You didn't feel as uncomfortable with being around her the way that you're claiming initially, that you didn't want to meet up with this woman and you thought some kind of way. Most people don't meet up with people if the a red flag is raised that this person is trying to set them up. Like most people wouldn't do that. So unless you was trying to set her up or you were just adamant about getting some cheeks, that's the reason why you agreed to go. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Bruce said they are intentionally leaving the chair by the door empty. Yes, they are. And it's to, make him feel at ease, correct? Because if he would have had more than 2 investigators in there, he probably wouldn't have be as open as he's trying to be right now while they're having a conversation. And it's to also keep his peripheral where he could see the door, where he believes that he still has the ability to leave this office unshaved or with a charge, right? Speed says this guy is hooking up with chicks at their house and doesn't even know their name. Yeah, absolutely, right? Absolutely. And he said, or they aren't who they say they are. Yeah, definitely. And that's mostly what happens on Snapchats, right? Everybody has like one of those, the fake names. Some have avatars and stuff, and people use that as as a form of security and protection and things of that sort. But there's a big risk when you meet people online. Definitely.
Driver's door, and so I also got I want to say taquito with bacon and the meal, so Coke as well. And so I got the food. She said, "All right, I'm almost home. I'll text you whenever I get here." I said, "All right, that sounds good." She said she, again, was coming back from Pensacola Beach. And roughly 15 minutes later, she texted me and said, "Hey, I'm ready for you to come pick me up." She sent me the street that she was on. It was about 7 minutes away from her. I drove to her. She said, "Hey, is it cool if my friend comes along?"
Hey, Greg,
I was
not the
lady
kid.
in the yellow hoodie. I don't know her name at all.
Let me pump the brakes for a second.
Bad
You
thing
keep
about it
saying
is
woman,
the
you keep saying lady. Do you know how old these women are at this point?
No.
Okay. Looking at their pictures, Could you take a guess at how old they are?
No.
Okay. They look like adults?
To me, yes.
Okay.
So
Absolutely, Bruce.
like I said,
I've been stopped at. Absolutely.
I continued on, and they both got in the back seat. The lady in the yellow hoodie sat in the if you're looking towards the back of the vehicle, the back right hand side, and the lady with the face tattoo behind me. I said, where to? They told me to go to the boat dock. I didn't know where that was. They gave me directions exactly where to go. Throughout the ride, they made numerous comments on, oh, wow, this is a really nice car. What year is it? What make is it? What model? All that good jazz. And at the time, I didn't think too much of it because that's a common comment I get whenever I'm, meeting people. And so I drive to the boat dock. I park there. I get out of the car, walk over here with them.
Did you pull around like you was facing to drive out, or pull in?
I pulled in. Front of the car's facing this way.
Okay.
We all get out. We go to the little pier, and we just hang out for a little bit. We're on our phones talking a little bit. They're asking what I'm like, questions about me, similar like, where do I go to school, how old am I, and stuff like that. So eventually the pain in my foot gets too much and I need to go to the ER. So I say, hey, I need to go to the ER now. I'm sorry to cut it so short, but they're like,
Now, were you saying that as an excuse, or were you saying because it was
truthfully was uncomfortable, mainly because they kept inquiring about my car, and honestly, whenever so we get in the car, I pull out back onto the highway, and I get maybe 30 seconds, like if I had to take a rough estimate, a third of a mile out. And then the girl with the face tattoo says, hey, I left my Juul charger, which, I was like, okay, I'll head back and we can grab it. She said she left it by the gazebo. So I pulled in in a similar manner, more like this though, not completely in, more, I don't know how to say it, at a diagonal angle to the gazebo. And it's at this point that I'm like, okay, you can go get your charger. And they're like, okay, we need to be real with you. They say, quote unquote, we run a business. And at that point, my heart sinks because I felt very uncomfortable at that point. I felt like what eventually did happen was about to happen. They told me that the girl in the yellow hoodie had a gun. They said it was a Glock 17.
Is this girl face tattoo or not?
No, not face tattoo. So she said she had a gun and that I needed to get out of the car, and I was scared, so I did. I took the keys out of the ignition, and she said, nope, leave the keys. And at that point, I was 100% sure that they were going to take my car. So they say, listen, back up, and we're going to be taking your car. I
have a little bit problem with his story, right? Because again, he initially said that he didn't even want to go out with this girl, but she was adamant. But she was able to break him down and he decided to go out. You took this girl out, you went to go get her food. Then another girl pops in with a face tattoo. You decide to be chivalry, show chivalry. They send you to this location that you ain't never been before, some dock or whatever, not by the water, a place that is excluded. Why would you even want to go somewhere with women that you don't even know into an excluded place? Like I said, you was already leading on that you thought this was a setup. And then you still drove them to an area where they could have robbed you. That I don't know. To me, that's a little off. That's a little off. I mean, he could be talking in hindsight. Now, this is what he understand what was going on, but it just really doesn't make sense to me. And you know how it is. If it doesn't make sense, most of the time it's not the way everything played out. That's just usually what happens if it doesn't make sense. But let's go on, because at this point they say they got a business. I don't even think they would say that. Like, they would just be like, yo, listen, we get in this car, I got a gun, just step out, leave the keys in the car, and we're gonna move out, but let's see what happens.
Don't protest at that point because they say they have the gun. I go sit down at the bench, which is right about here. So they back up, pull out that way. So the car is facing like this. I get on my phone to call you guys, and the face tattoo lady gets out and she puts her hand out and says, "Yeah,
yep, I've been noticing that.
You can text your dad and you can send him your location, but we are taking your phone as well." And oh, actually, I forgot. Whenever the car was still here and I was getting out, I asked the face tattoo lady if I could grab something from my vehicle because I have numerous important things in there to me, like the gun, and I was concerned that giving them another weapon would be overall bad for, Anyways, I asked if I could grab something from the vehicle. They say, no, get out, go away. I go here, I get on my phone to call you guys. The lady with the face tattoo goes to try and take my phone. At that point, I don't know what happened, but I decided that I needed to fight for my property, and I did not want to be a victim of this crime. So I engaged in a fist fight with the girl with the face tattoo. The girl in the yellow hoodie gets out of the car and yells, "Pepper spray him, close your eyes and pepper spray him." So at that point, I cover my eyes, I turn.
Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute, so he just admitted that he went toe-to-toe with these two women. He said that he was decking chicks out. He was going to fisticuffs with the women. So I'm wondering at this point, if you're fighting with these women, you're letting the detectives know that you ain't have no problem, like these women, because they're trying to steal your car. When at one point did you get the gun, and why did you end up shooting them, right? Because even if you was able to to get the gun from them, there was no point for you to be shooting. You also said that you was on the phone notifying the police that, hey, they're trying to rob me for my car. So what was the point of shooting them, right? At that point, if you got the gun from them and their whole plan went to shambles because you didn't, because you was fighting with them, you should have drove off, or they would have ran away, So why did you shoot them? Because you only said there was only one gun. Obviously, at one point you was able to get the gun. So was there really any need to shoot him? And that's what they're gonna that's what the detectives is gonna literally ask him. They're gonna ask him that. The devil is in the details. It sure is. Devil is in the details. Because like I said, at one point you became the aggressor. You was out here laying chicks out. Even if they did try to set you up, you was able to lay them out real quick. That they had to scream pepper spray them, right? So at one point, even if they did pull out the weapon, you was able to get the weapon. So there was no reason for you to shoot them. And then, like I said, you said that you was on the phone with the cops. Were you really on the phone with the cops? Because it should have had to, the cops should have had so far been, en route to this area and this location if you're notifying them that they took you somewhere and they was about to steal your vehicle. Why did you shoot them? You had no reason to shoot them. At one point, you had everything under the control, and that's what he doesn't understand. At one point, you had everything under control where you could have just waited until the cops came. You could have told them, that you could even let them take the vehicle, wait until the cops came, give your license plates, give your, your insurance card, everything that you need with that vehicle, and they could go track that vehicle down. You did none of that. You wanted to unalive these women at one point. But let's go on.
Away, and I start running for my car. The girl in the yellow hoodie was closing the door. I put myself between the door and the car. I got on top of the girl in the yellow hoodie, and she was screaming, "Get the gun, get the gun." So at that point, I started strangling her because she was also fighting me and threatening me with lethal force. So the lady with the face tattoo comes up behind me and starts tasing me. I get a break.
Where'd she tase you at?
My back. I don't know. I think it right about here. The lady with the face tattoo moves back.
Hold on. So wait. So first is the woman with the yellow dress has a gun. Now the lady with the face tattoo has a taser. And you also said she had pepper spray. He's kind of losing his mind right now. And then he just admitted that he was strangling the girl. So again, you showed another sign where you was in control of the situation. You was not being overpowered by these two girls the way that you're trying to make these detectives believe. There's been many situations where you was in control of the situation. You took it the route that you wanted to take it because you wanted to. And he doesn't know that he's telling on himself. He's really telling on himself. And he's really thinking that it's making him seem like a victim, but it's not. You had so many chances where if they were doing that to you, you was in control. It could have went completely different. Could have been completely different. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is some terrible stuff, man. Wow. See, Greg said, no, he brought the gun with him. That is a possibility, especially if you find out where the gun, who the gun is registered to, right? Bruce says, show me the marks of the taser. Now is when they make it hot. Yeah, exactly. That's what they need to do. Start putting the heat on him a little bit, right? They really do. Mandy said, wow, do girls have so much weaponry? They're like, yeah, yes, that was Catwoman and Poison Ivy. That was Thelma and Louise, okay? They were strapped, okay? Sure. And shout out to IB Thunder. I appreciate you with the $5 super chat. I truly appreciate you. He said, pure character, holding his belly, laughing out loud. Yeah, he's lying, man. Oh my God. Woo. Oh, not SD saying I like the gray card. I don't like that kind of gray. No, not that kind of gray. I can't. Hey, Spitfire, what's going on? Yeah, he's cooked, ain't he? He really is. Yeah, Speed and the C said it's wild that he really thought I'm like they're black. Oh my God. Let's go on. Yeah, especially with the carpet. I love gray, as you can see. I love gray, but certain types of gray. I don't like those type of gel type of grays. I really can't. I can't get down with it. No. Let's go on.
Back over here and moves to me, gets the taser, starts tasing me. I don't know what exactly happened, but there was a break in them doing things to me. So I reach in the glove compartment, which my dad also keeps a collapsible baton in. I extend it and I start hitting the girls who are attacking me. I get out of the car because
Where do you think you hit him?
that,
In the head?
Yeah.
That's where you're aiming?
Yeah.
Like at their head? Okay.
so the girl in the yellow hoodie says, "Get the gun, get the gun, get the gun," and the girl with the face tattoo turns around and starts heading for the passenger, the right over here, the back right passenger side, if you're looking at the back of the car. So at this point, that's where I believe the gun is, because that's where the woman in the yellow hoodie was sitting, and she got up out of the car, got up from her seat, hopped over to the driver's seat.
Okay, I'm truly convinced. Are these women special forces? I'm starting to believe that these women are special forces. For real, right? Like, were they agents? I want to know, were these women ATF agents and they were trying to catch him in like a drug drug situation? Because the way how he keeps on throwing up all these different type of weapons, I'm like, where is all these weapons coming from? Where are all these weapons coming from? And the way how he's talking about these females, they like ninjas. They was like, did these ladies escape Kill Bill? Like, what is going on here? Oh, I'm dying inside. It is not even funny because these women lost their life, and rest in peace to them. But the way how he explaining the situation, like, wow. They had nunchucks, they had batons, they had a taser, they had a gun, they had pepper spray. They was ready for war. Are they literally special ops? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. Seriously. I want to know because, listen, hey, I need to know what unit they're from because I need to join their unit. So for real, I need to join their unit, man. They get to use extra weapons more than I do. Let's go. This is crazy. Oh, yeah, but rest in peace to these ladies, man. With this story that this guy's telling, it doesn't even seem like they was even supposed to have lost their life in this type of way. And you could definitely tell that he was in control of the situation so many times that he could have got away. At one point, he even got his vehicle back and he still didn't leave the situation. He was like, no, I'm going to deal with you girls. I'm going to go, oops, upside your head. I'm going to get the weapon, all this stuff. Like, he went red. He just went completely red.
Over the storage compartment, which is how she got control of the vehicle originally. So I believe it fell out of her, hoodie or wherever she had it, and that the lady with the face tattoo was coming to get it. At this point, I hit her a little bit, and while she turns around, runs away, and at this point I go into, my dad has an RFID chip, a key, and a code for the safe.
You mean the gun safe?
Yes, sir. I rip off the RFID chip from the keychain. I unlock the safe. I grab the gun, rack it because it was not hot.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's finito. So you admitted that the girl tried to run away. The girl tried to run away, and you open your dad's gun box and got the gun. So you purposely meant to kill this girl. It's not self-defense. It's not self-defense. They try to rob you. They try to rob you, and the consequences of robbing you is not death. It's not automatic death. You took time to open up a case to get a weapon to unalive these girls. So you didn't even, it wasn't like it was a fight either. Like, cause initially I'm thinking that he was fighting with the woman with the gun, but he wasn't. He said that he was doing ham slam. He was going ham on these girls. He was duffing them out. They sitting up here trying to tase them. They like, tase them. These like, they went and got this pepper spray that nigga, spray him. They doing everything and you duffing them out. You getting things away from him. You going with the baton, going oops upside the head and all the stuff like that. And then at one point they ran away, said F it. And you said, nah, ain't no F it. You want to rob me? I'm gonna see what's up. Let me go get that Glock. There was no self-defense. There was no self-defense whatsoever. He completely destroyed any case of him having self-defense. It just went right out the window with that statement. Right out the window. He admitted that he meant to shoot them.
It was not chambered. I rack it and I make it known that I have a gun and that they are not to enter my vehicle anymore and that they need to back off. The girl in the yellow hoodie keeps saying that she needs to grab her shoes and her phone. So I felt that this was just her saying that in order to get in the vehicle to grab the gun, which I believe is in the back right passenger side if you're looking at the back of the vehicle. I tell them numerous times, no, I will shoot you if you enter the vehicle. I'm so sorry. I'm stressed.
No, you're good, buddy.
So she ends up opening the door, bolts for the passenger side, and then I take aim. I fire at her through the windshield. I don't.
No, let's slow down. Through the windshield or through another window?
Okay, so the window right here. I'm sorry, terminology.
No, you're fine. We're just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're getting to the point to where what we see on scene versus what you're telling us. We need to make sure you're telling us the exact truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I fire at her, who she's what I assume diving for the gun, which that they claim to have.
What did you see her do?
I tinted windows, so I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see much because black on black on black, and she dives for the floor.
She's on the other side of the vehicle.
Idiot, Destiny.
So I'm right here.
You say she dives in there. To explain what was she? How?
She opens the door, dives for something. I don't know what at this point. I assume the gun. I take aim because I had informed them numerous times that they're not to enter the vehicle because I was worried that that was where the gun was, because they clearly didn't have it on them, because if so, they would have utilized it, I assume. And so I shot through the window. I make my way around the back of the vehicle this way, and the lady with the face tattoo.
Again, he just admitted that he shot through the window. That's not self-defense. At any time you could have drove off. you decided to now become a you went from victor to aggressor and instigator and also murderer. That's what you did. Whether or not if his story was true that they was trying to set him up to rob his car, he took it left and he made it go all the way left. He at many times he has admitted that he was the pursuer in assaulting and bringing weapons to to the situation, because not even once did he even mention that the girls actually pointed a weapon at him. He never said that. He said that they told him that they had a gun. He never said that they put a gun to his face. But not only have he put a gun to his face, not only did he go whoops upside their head with a baton, he was shooting through windows. He was doing the most. He was really doing the most. Like, whoo, this guy, man. Wow. And I hope he really do not believe that this is this story makes him look like a victim. I really just hope he don't believe that at this point. Now, if he's just trying to be, I'm tough man and I'm just manning up on exactly what I did, then so be it. But this is definitely not no self-defense case. Right out the window.
Is also diving for the same thing. So again, I shoot.
Are they both in the vehicle right now, like
No,
trying to get something?
They are right here, kind of on, just outside of the vehicle. The lady with the yellow hoodie, again, reached for something in the vehicle, and to stop her from grabbing what I assume is the gun, I shoot again. And at this point, I realize my gun is empty, and that I'm defenseless because they had said earlier, in fact, whenever they're trying to grab my phone, don't try anything dumb because we have other people on the way. And so at this point, I'm afraid that I'm going to be getting attacked by more people. And
not him emptying out the clip on these women. He emptied a whole clip on 2 women? What in the world? And then now he said that he was afraid that they was going to call for backup, so that's why you take these women's lives? Because you were afraid that they was going to call. I will call for backup too. When you sit up here shooting me, trying to shoot me as a madman, and I'm sitting up here trying to dodge for my life, and if the whole concern was us stealing your vehicle, sir, you have your vehicle now. The vehicle is no longer in our possession. We are no longer in control of the situation. And you are sitting up here going gun blazing, bat swinging. You duffing chicks out. You getting tased and eating their ass. Oh my God, this is crazy. At this point, the girls should have threw up the bat signal at this point. The man emptied out a whole clip on their ass. Like, damn. Jesus.
So I enter my vehicle, I put it in drive, and I drive away just to get into a more populated area so I'm somewhat more safe. And as soon as I drive around this way, as soon as I get about right here, I ask my car to call 911.
What Aaron doesn't know is that Allison died at the scene from her gunshot wound. The other female, Jennifer Broxson, survived, and she was able to provide the police with her version of the story while she was at the hospital.
We met, me and that boy met online when he slid up on a story that I shared about Trump. I screenshotted somebody else's post about Donald Trump coming to Pensacola, and they were bashing him. And I screenshot it and reposted it and put the laughing emojis. And he slid up and was like going off and saying, like you people are a good reason to use our guns. And then after that, like a day later, a person added me and texted me, and I didn't know it was him on a fake account. And he basically just...
Where were you meeting? What site were you guys on?
Snapchat.
Snapchat?
Yes, sir. And he texted me off of a different account. And I didn't know it was him until we got in the car with him. I told my friend Allison, I was like, this is that boy who was arguing with me and saying that he would kill me because of the thing about Donald Trump.
That's insane. That is insane. So he lied from the complete beginning. He lied. He lured those girls. He lured the girl with the face tattoo. Wow. And you did all this over politics? This is what you did this for? Now I see why they gave him the Snapchat gangster. Now I see why he got that name. That makes perfect sense. Like, you are literally unaliving people for someone that you don't know and you will never meet in your entire life. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I get it. If that's your guy, that's your guy. I totally get it. I understand that. But to do this in his name is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You just want to be mad. You wanted to be mad, and you have other things that you're mad about that you want to take it out on others. But the sad thing about it is just you lured them out there. You lured the girl out there, and then she realized who you were, that you was somebody that she was arguing with about politics. So now by hearing this other part of it, I don't believe anything he said. They was not trying to rob him from his truck. And now it makes perfect sense that why he was so enraged, and all these different type of weapons was coming out of nowhere. I was waiting for the nunchucks. At this point, I was waiting for the nunchucks to come out because there was tasers. I was waiting for a whip. Like, what other weapon they was going to use? I was waiting for a flagpole. It's all these different weapons, and I'm like, dang, like, why is so many weapons popping up for a truck robbery? You know what I'm saying? Just trying to rob a vehicle for somebody. Like, it was very odd, his whole story and how everything played out. Now to see that, what the real truth is and how it got to that way. This dude, man, I don't even know what to say at this point. That's just ridiculous. You was just being a straight ridiculous fool at this point.
And she was like, she took it as a joke. She was like laughing about it because she's a very jokeful person. And she was laughing, and she was like, it's okay if he tries anything. We know how to fight. And we'll just beat him up and take his stuff. Like, basically said, we'll just beat him up and just rob him. And then she started laughing. She said it as a joke. And he started freaking out. And he went down to the water, and he was just acting weird and like talking to himself under his breath. And then we got in the car. And that's when I told Allie. I whispered to her, I was like, that's the boy who was I just realized that's the boy who was arguing with me about Trump and said he would kill me. And she said it out loud, like jokingly.
What'd she say?
She was like, oh, it's not a problem. We know how to fight. We'll just beat him up. We'll just jump him and take his stuff. And she started laughing. And then she was like, just kidding. And that's when he like got crazy. And like he got out the car and put his hands like on his head and was spinning around in circles and saying stuff under his breath. And then he came in his car. Allie was scared, so she jumped up front, and she was like, and she locked the doors, she was gonna call somebody. And then we got out and we're gonna go walking down the street because nobody would come pick us up. We didn't know he had a gun, and he was beating us with it, and I was hitting him.
What were you hitting him with?
I was hitting him with a hammer, and I was tasing him. Whenever me and Allison go out with people that we don't know, we always bring our tasers and our pepper spray. And so I was tasing him and I was hitting him. And before he started strangling Allie, he was hitting me with his fists.
Where'd the hammer come from?
It was her dad's. She was like, bring this in case something happens, because we don't have any like weapons or anything. And the tasers that we have are like weak tasers. And she was like, bring this. And I was like, okay. And then he started beating us with the police thing and strangling Allie. And I managed to pull the police thing out of his hand and I threw it in the water. And that's when he grabbed the gun. And he was like, walk to the road. And Allie was like, I need my shoes. They're in your car. And he was like, no, walk to the road. I'm finna shoot you. And she opened his car door, the back door, to grab it, her shoes, and her taser, so he could go. And he shot her through the glass in the back of his car. And then he shot me. And he shot me again. And he shot at me again. And again. And then he pulled off. And he shot 2 more shots while he was driving away, but it missed us.
Jennifer's story was different than what Aaron had told the police. They could not find a second gun anywhere at the crime scene, which meant that the women either never had one or they were able to get rid of it somehow. At this point, they want to make sure that what Aaron did falls under Florida's stand your ground law. In Florida, a person can use deadly force to prevent death or great bodily harm, or to prevent the commission of a forcible felony, like robbery or carjacking. The victim has no obligation to retreat, even if running away is an option. If the 2 females were really attempting to rob Aaron and he believed that they had a gun, his actions would be considered self-defense.
So taking you back to the scene, back where all
Yes,
this
sir.
stuff is going on, you shot twice?
I shot a total of 7 times. I shot, I believe, once here, 3 times here.
Your first shot was
Hold on,
into the...
so your dad keeps the gun loaded, like the magazine's full?
Magazine is full,
Okay.
but unchambered.
And you emptied it? Okay. Where were the girls? Were they inside the back of the car when you
They
first shot
were
at them or shot at them?
The girl with the yellow hoodie was half in, half out. Her
Okay.
lower half was outside of the vehicle, upper half was inside.
And then the girl with the face tattoo?
She was standing like just behind the threshold to the car.
And what was she
More
doing?
towards the trunk. I
Said she was diving over, but
whenever I started moving towards around the vehicle to get a better grasp on and control on the situation, she dived inside the vehicle again, reaching for what I assume is the gun, and so I shot 3 or 4 times at her.
did you ever see the gun that they were trying to get to?
No. But they stated that they had the gun numerous times, and they kept saying, get the gun, get the gun, get the gun. So I assume that is what they were reaching for in the back.
Earlier you said that they said something, that they had a Glock 17, that they said that. How did that come out, that they had a Glock 17?
They were trying to tell me not to do anything stupid whenever, not to try and fight back or do anything whenever they were taking the car. Whenever they were telling me to step out of the car and look, we have a gun, we have a Glock 17, is exactly what they said. Under her sweatshirt, do not try anything stupid, we will not hesitate to shoot you. So that is how that originally came up, and then they stated numerous times throughout the entire interaction.
But they don't have no gun. There is no gun. There was only one gun that the police found. And the only gun that they found was your gun, your father's gun, the one that you admitted that you emptied out the clip. All right. They were the ones who were shot. One lost her life, and the other one is trying to, is in the ICU, trying to survive her gun wounds. You have admitted how many times you shot at both of these women. One of the times you shot at the woman through the back of the window. She wasn't a threat to you. The other woman you shot, she wasn't a threat to you. Every single time that you said that that you shot at these women, they were no threat to you. Whether or not if they were, they even admitted that they was fighting him back. That's why they said that the girl with the tattoo said that, when he was trying to strangle Allie and stuff like that, she pulled out the weak taser and the hammer and trying to hit him and get her off him and stuff like that. He eventually pulled out the weapon and he was like, no, I'm just gonna shoot y'all, whatever. Not they was like, listen, we'll leave. Let me just get my shoes and my cell phone or whatever I have in your car. And in the process of that, he took advantage of it where he just shot him. He was just trying to get rid of them. Yeah, there's a lot of loopholes in his story. And even what she said, like, we have to also take into consideration she's in a lot of pain. She's probably highly medicated at this time. She just survived a situation where she should probably be dead, because she said that he shot at her at least 4 times. She shot her and hit her 3 times. So she's literally surviving off of being shot 3 times. And unfortunately, her friend didn't make it, because when he shot her through the back of the vehicle, he shot her in the head purposely. And this is sad. This is truly sad. And if all of this is off on the basis of some politics shit, ciao. Sad. Bruce said he's starting to guard himself. See how he went to his arms on the desk? Now he got them in his lap, like he's fighting to hug himself. Yeah. You can see that he's starting to feel the heat and the pressure, because, he revealed a lot. And he knows that at certain things that he's saying doesn't make him look like a victim. So, yeah, absolutely. Hi, Killian. How you doing? I hope you're having a great Sunday. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go. Visibly Jelly said, that is despicable and horrendous. I totally agree with you. Absolutely. Especially on some politics stuff. Like, people, please. Like, I understand we have our favorites. We have people that we like. We have people that we can't stand, but do we really actually loathe them? We say like, oh, I hate somebody, but if you really have to know people to really hate them, right? And they really have to personally do something to you to really hate them. We do know there is people who you don't need that much to hate them, but still, politics though, like, these people don't know you guys. They don't know you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. And I tell you one thing, they really do not care nor appreciate you sitting up there backing them. They don't know your name. You're literally a ghost. Okay. It's not worth it, guys. It really isn't. It really isn't. But let's go on.
To grab said gun.
And you covered your eyes, and you said that she was yelling to pepper spray you. Did she pepper spray you at all?
Yeah, I believe so. Forehead and hands were burning the entire time I was in the squad car, so that's what I assume it was. I didn't do anything other than get tased and pepper sprayed.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm gonna get a search warrant to look at the Snapchat, yours and hers together, and try to see what y'all's in conversation. That's why I wanted the opportunity. What did y'all talk about? Even if you think it sounds bad, what did y'all talk about?
Okay. She said she was turning 18 soon. I didn't know how soon. She said, hey, look, it's Florida law.
I'm I'm gonna see it anyway. I just want to hear.
So originally I was like, she posted something about Pensacola boys. I'm like, oh, I'm not from Pensacola, but what's up? And she's like, oh, hi. And I'm like, what do you look like exactly again? And then she sent me a picture of her face tattoo. She looked older, and she said that she was 17, truthfully. And she said,
So I'm kind of I'm weirded out now. So do he really think that makes him look better that you were trying to hook up with an underage woman, a young girl, whether or not if you looked at her and she looks like she's older than 17, if the girl said that she's 17, why the hell you trying to deal with her? Like, I could look at you, sir, and I could tell that you are at least 20, 21, or 22, definitely young in your early 20s, right? So if the girl said that she's 17 years old, again, why would you want to hook up with her? Why would you even want to meet anywhere with the 17-year-old girl? I mean, I get it. She's not, when you actually look at the amount of years that y'all are separated, it's not that far, but we in our society, 21 is adult, 17 ain't adult. Now, I don't know, argue with your congressman about that, about them changing when you actually officially adult, you know, you could argue with them about that. But at this point, the girl is 17 and she says she's 17. What you going out with this 17-year-old girl for? And I hope you don't really think that makes you look any better. And then now you telling me you was getting your ass whooped by a 17-year-old girl. Oh my god. Okay. I had to get that out, but that was the first thing that was coming to my mind. Like, really? Come on, dude. Now, even if she even said that she was young, now I don't believe you about how they was literally jumping you. You telling me a bunch of 17-year-old girls jumped you, son? Damn, man. Damn. I don't know.
She said that the law is 4 years apart, really. That's, to my knowledge, the actual law.
And how old are you?
18. Okay. So, we talked about tattoos. I said, I think that it'd be funny if I got one around.
I agree with that, September. People do go crazy over their sports. Yeah, absolutely
I think it looked
right.
good. I'm like, you want to see, in order to get an opinion on what do you think would actually look good around there? And she was like, yeah, sure. And so she got it. She was like, oh, wow, you know, yada, yada, yada. Do you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. So truthfully, that's what I thought was going to happen.
I'm going to the corner.
If it wasn't happening, I wasn't going to press. I was going to actually actively pursue it. If she came on to me, I wasn't going to stop.
We've been doing this a long time, man. This is all we deal with. So
yes, sir.
You talking to us about anything sexual is not going to offend us. It's not going to surprise us. So
he's 18. Okay. I was corrected. He's 18 years old.
Shame, truthfully.
So so that does make that makes more sense why he thought it was okay, you know, for him to go out with her. But then again, like I said, he said that he didn't want to go out with her. He said that she was forcing herself on him. She couldn't force you, bro. You wanted to go out with her. You outweighed the option. You was like, obviously she really want to be with me, you know what I'm saying? So I might get some nookie. And that's why you went. If we're gonna go by his story. But nah, I don't even believe his story. I don't even believe his story at all anymore. I don't. Bruce says she played with him like a ball yarn and he got mad. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Definitely that's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, according to him, this don't have nothing to do with politics, Miss Jalen. It has nothing to do with politics. He's saying that these women, both of these young girls try to rob them. He said that they had a business and all the stuff like that. It's the young girl, the one who's alive to tell the tale, is the one who said that this was all about politics and that he pretty much hit her up on a different account. She thought that she was meeting someone else. And there was certain things that he was saying while they were on a date that made her realize to tell her friend, hey, this is the same guy that was arguing with me and threatening me because of politics. So sad. So sad. Well, I actually did, though. Didn't I? I said I stand corrected. Let's go on.
You're 18 years old, man. That's normal. Even if you left one hookup and was going after another hookup. So is that what you guys were going over there? At least you thought you were going over there to hook up?
I honestly didn't think they were going to hook up at that time, though. Truthfully, 100%.
Did you have anything in your mind that you thought was going to go on when you drove over there?
Nope. Especially since she said that we weren't going to be at anybody's house. It was just going to be in public and not exactly my forte.
Well, that's hardly public, especially at around midnight or later.
Whenever I made contact with you at the Waffle House, the first thing you said out of your mouth was, can you take me back to the scene? I can show you around. Yeah. You still down for that?
Yeah.
You still got that much in your gas tank? Because I think that'll be it'll help us see a little bit different on this piece of paper.
There's more?
Okay.
The detectives would take Aaron back to the crime scene, and he would go through everything one more time. His story did not change from when he told it back in the interrogation room, so the detectives decided to look deeper into Jennifer Broxton and her friend Allison. It turns out that just 11 days prior, both females had been a part of a similar incident where they set up a male in Pensacola by suggesting sexual activity. According to the police report, when the victim stopped to get gas, the two females stole his truck. Later that same night, the two females were involved in a hit and run with a truck they had just stolen. In the end, Aaron would not be charged in the death of Allison. However, Jennifer would be charged with murder because she was in the process of committing a felony when Allison was killed. Jennifer is currently sitting in jail awaiting trial.
So, wow, that was a real change up. That was a real change up. So it seems that they was able to get a video that showed that they were trying to actually steal the vehicle for him. That is crazy. That was a real twist. You got me there. Wow, you got me there. Speed, you was right. That plot twist was crazy. So he didn't get anything. She got something because she was trying to they admitted she was trying to commit a crime, and that's the reason why her friend lost her life and she got injured. Wow. That was the serious plot twist. Serious plot twist. I guess so, Afro Stoner. I guess they have been doing it. It seems that what the guy was saying was the truth. They really did try to do it. And it seems that they were the ones who was trying to use the political situation as a way to get away from the fact that this is something that they do. That's even more wicked. Like, golly, what is wrong with people out here? Oh my God. People are really doing the most. They're really acting crazy like this. Oh my goodness. That's insane. The mental gymnastics that you have to do now as a detective or investigator is beyond insane. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Woo. Oh my God. Killian said, oh, hell no. Me personally, I'm not getting my stuff. I guess so. And that's why he was like, y'all about to see something. He did. He went with the 252s and the 4x4s and all that. Jeez. All right, guys. So I have another case for you guys. That one was very interesting. That threw me through a loop. Did it throw you guys through a loop? Put a one in the chat if that one threw you through the loop. Not the ones who had already known about the case, but the ones who didn't know about the case. Put a one in the chat if that threw you through the loop. Yeah, man. Woo. That was interesting. That was interesting. Hey, Flower, how How you doing, sweetheart? How are you? I hope you're having a great Sunday. See, there go Bruce. Bruce like, see, y'all all Delilah. Don't be calling us no Delilah. Not all of us is Delilah. Bruce, come on. Okay, I got a couple ones. Yeah, I did not know. I was not expecting that plot twist. So shout out to Speed. He's the one who let me know about it. So that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all. So thanks for that. Thank God we had a video like that. So now we have another situation and we can see it from another way, how people use certain situations to get out of doing crimes. We have another level to it. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. So the next case that I have for you lovely people of the algorithm is Samantha is about to find out. Pretty much it seemed like this woman is trying to leave the interrogation room. It got a little hot for her and she thought that she can get out, and she doesn't know that she was making things worse for her. So we're going to take a look at that and see why she's even in the interrogation room to begin with, right? If you could do me this favor, I truly appreciate you. Just make sure you're hitting that like button for me. It definitely helps me and helps the channel, okay? Thank you so much. Here we go.
I don't want to tell you.
You're not going to die.
You promise, yo?
Just follow. Yeah,
Yo, promise me, yo. I don't get it, yo. I did everything right, yo. I'll do the clothes part. I'll do whatever y'all want, bro. Just bro, somebody.
You got the shoes?
Yes. Yo, yes. No. Hey, guys, please. I just want to leave.
In this video, we will be covering 4 different cases, starting with Gerard Stewart. On June 15th, 2018, Gerard's neighbor called police, claiming that Gerard had just killed his wife, wrapped her in trash bags, and placed her inside the trunk of his vehicle. After an 8-hour standoff with a local SWAT team, Gerard was arrested and brought in for interrogation. Gerard starts by explaining that he believed his wife was cheating on him, so the detectives ask him when he began to notice that she was being unfaithful.
Well, I noticed it about 4 years ago.
What'd you notice?
Her being distant from me. She used to sit beside me on the couch and lay in between my legs while we watched TV, and she stopped doing that. We have what's called a chair and a half. She'd start sitting up in a chair and a half, and it was always on her cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think one day she went to use the bathroom in the master bedroom, and I walked in and opened the door real quick, and she was on her phone like she was texting someone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And she was like, well, I'm playing a game. She tried to show me the screen it was a game, but she was actually texting someone through her game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she fell asleep that night. I went over to her side of the bed and I picked the phone up and I started looking through the phone. And that's when I noticed that she had been texting a bunch of different guys.
Mm-hmm.
And through Facebook, through all the video games she was playing. And then...
So it was more than one?
It was more than one.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably 10 different guys. And then I...
Not one, but 10? 10 different dudes? She cheated on you with 10 different dudes? Dang, man. Woo. Okay, let's see what you have to say.
I went online real quick and I bought a computer program that will kind of allow you to decipher text messages and stuff that were on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I downloaded her phone to it so I can see all the old text messages and everything. That's when I found out that when she would go out of town down to her dad's house,
mm-hmm.
she would get them to watch my son while she went out and met guys. Yeah, and she was also doing it in Jacksonville while I was at work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
She'd get her mom to watch Jacob,
Hey,
or
BK
he would be
Rap
at school.
Gang, shout out to New York.
And dating these guys
What's going on?
and talking to all these different guys, and I confronted her about it. And then she admitted, she's like, she had never done anything. She'd never slept with anyone. They were just friends all the ring in a row. And I felt guilty because I thought it was me because of all the time I was spending at work.
Mm-hmm.
she was a stay-at-home mom, and she was like, and then I thought we kind of patched things up then, saying, hey, let's put the past in the past, let's start over, because we had just started going to church also. Let's put things together, let's go back to where things used to be.
Yeah.
So we seek counseling. Things still didn't seem right with her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, up until a year and a half ago, she just went out with a friend of hers named Beth. And I was like, why are you going out with this girl? She said, you can't tell me who I can go out with. I said, this girl, only thing she wants to do is go out and cheat on her husband. Why would you want to hang out with someone like that? She distanced herself from all of her married friends.
I do agree with
and
you,
just started hanging out with all
Flower.
the
That
single
would
friends.
be nice.
So, and she knew I didn't like it. She'd stay out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, how's that for a married person to stay out? You shouldn't be out in a club that late. I mean, you guys, if you're going to go out, you go out at 8 and be home by a respectable time, 10, 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
You're married. I don't go out. And she didn't want to hear it. So, and I can see on iTunes, you can usually find my iPhone, you can see where someone's at. And I was at work one day, and I see her parked in front of someone's house. And
You can visualize exactly where they're at?
I knew exactly. You can see on a map exactly where.
Like on Google Earth?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see exactly where the car is at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it, and I called her. I said, hey, where you at? And she's lying to me the whole time. Oh, I'm up at the school talking to Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I'm looking at this map. And I'm just snapping, taking photos of where the car is at. So I told my boss, I got to go home. I got to go handle something. Something's not right.
Yeah.
So I went home, and she had picked Jacob up from school by that time. I said, come on, let's talk. I said, where were you at earlier? And she said, I was at school with Sarah.
Not
I said, really,
you
what did
added
say?
on another
Whose house were
person.
you at?
Spitfire.
And then she tried to say, well, that was a vacant house because of what's going on with us. I'm looking for other place to stay in case we get a divorce. So, yes, there was a vacant house beside that house, but that was also the guy she was having an affair with for the past 7 years. About 2.5 months ago, I asked her, I said, Julie, what are we doing? Are you divorcing me, or are we going to put this back together? What are we doing? I need to know. 'Cause I'm
Now, I don't know what what he's locked up for, but I don't even really need to know that right now, because this case is clearly about something about what his wife have done. But yeah, you could tell that he on the I don't give a fuck right now. This man is literally admitting that, he's been with a woman for 7+ years, and he knows that she was cheating on him throughout at least 5 of the years that they've been together. And you can definitely hear the sadness in his voice that, he really wanted to be with this woman, and he made a lot of compromises. You could definitely tell. And that's probably why he has this very nonchalant type of response while he's telling his story, because he's just like, I've been through a lot with this woman, and he's just like, I don't even know what to even do about it or say about it right now. You could just definitely tell the sadness in his voice. That's what I wanted to point out. Here we go.
going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, I'll give you an answer by the end of the week. And then I think Thursday came. I said, okay. Well, her and her stepfather showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, what's going on? Where's Jacob? He said, he's at my mom. He's going to stay there tonight. And that's when Pete said, Gerard, the marriage is over. You're going to get served tomorrow.
Gerard was a very wealthy man who worked 6 days a week to make sure his family had the best of everything. His wife, 42-year-old Julia Stewart, was a full-time stay-at-home mother who had a history of being unfaithful. Despite trying his best to repair their marriage, it would ultimately end with Julie serving him divorce papers.
So this is something she had been planning, because the file I got was this thick.
Oh, yeah.
From the court.
Yeah.
I had all my financial stuff for the past 3 years. I was like, really? You've been planning this? And then she said, let's meet for lunch, because she didn't want to talk
I agree.
tonight. Pete said,
There's
y'all
no
don't want to talk
reason to be a
tonight.
cheater.
Y'all can talk tomorrow. I said, all right. We met for lunch. and her started talking. I begged her not to do this, not to break our family up. And she just kept saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I feel cold in my heart. And I asked her, I said, how long have you been planning this? I said, because this didn't just happen because you gave them so much paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
It's, and I said, besides, where did you get the money to get a lawyer? And I said, your mom gave you money? She said, no. She said, I took it out of my son's bank account. So I was like, okay. I said, why would you steal $5,000 out of your son's bank account?
Out of Jacob's account?
Yeah. But I don't think she stole the money out of his account. I think her mom gave her the money, or the dude she was seeing gave her the money. So, but I couldn't prove where
That's
the
what
money
I
came
want to
from.
know, but
Even when I got served every day, I was begging.
I mean, as of right now, it doesn't seem like they necessarily asked him that.
Because Jacob has issues, a lot of issues. I said, let's think about him. I know whatever happened in the past, we can work on our marriage.
Yeah.
She said, the reason I want to get a divorce was I did something that I can't live with. She said, I've been having an affair with him for 5 to 7 years. And so I said, you telling me you've been sleeping with another guy this long? And she said, yeah. I said, Julie, we can work through this. And she kept saying, no, we can't. We're not going to work through it. She said, my mind ain't going to let me work through it because you won't forget it and I won't forget it. And I was still trying to patch it up with her. And then she said, in the email that you got from your lawyer, it's true. I'm going to put you out of the house and I'm going to take Jacob from you and I'm going to take half everything you have. And
I agree,
lost
Flower.
it.
Gerard claims that after his wife threatened to take not only his money from him, but his child as well, he snapped. The detectives realize this could be the reason behind the murder, but there's also the chance that Gerard realized that he was about to lose his wife of 20 years and he could not let her go.
So before Friday, you didn't realize that she'd been having the affair?
No.
Okay. I mean,
I asked her was she was having an affair multiple times. She said, I've never slept around on you. I've never slept around on you. And that's what she always
she's
said.
never admitted before?
Never admitted she ever slept around on me.
And then she hit you all at once?
All at once. Like, yeah, I've been having an affair with him. And I'm going to take you to the cleaners. Exactly what
Basically. Is that what she said?
Yeah. I'm going to take you to the cleaners. Because the emails from my lawyer that said that she had filed to get me removed from the house and start paying her alimony and child support. And I was like, where the hell do you expect me to go?
Yeah.
I said, I have no family here, no friends really here except for Matt and Rachel next door. So what do you expect me to do? She said, that's your problem. And she was smiling and laughing about it, and I lost it. So I just stabbed her in the throat.
Where was she at?
She was sitting on the bed.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then she was just...
Did she resist at all?
Yeah, she put her hands up one time. And then I think I stabbed her a second time, and then she just stopped.
Okay. Do you remember how many times you stabbed her?
It was 2 or 3 times, I think.
Okay. What'd you use?
I had a black knife that I carried with me everywhere. So then after that, I had to realize what I did. So I grabbed some trash bags.
Was she still alive?
So now we know why he's in that suit. He ended up unaliving his estranged wife. He couldn't accept that she did not want to be with him anymore. He couldn't accept that, she's blatantly saying that I'm going to take all this away from you and your child. And in a fit of rage and not accepting the situation, he stabbed her. So now we know why he's in the jumpsuit. Messed up, man. Messed up. Terrible.
Alive at that point?
No.
How do you know?
Because she wasn't breathing. I knew she wasn't alive.
Okay, and it all happened on the bed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then what happened?
So I grabbed the trash bag and pulled it over so she wouldn't bleed out everywhere. And then
Was she bleeding a lot?
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
From her throat. And I wrapped her up in some trash bags, but taped her up so she didn't bleed all over the place, and I put it in the trunk of my car.
Okay.
I freaked out. I was like, I knew I was going to jail. So I went to the bank and because nobody had access to my bank accounts, I withdrew all the money out of my accounts and drove out to the beach trying to figure out what to do. There's a park over by Mayport. I went out there trying to figure out what I was going to do. And then...
Which park?
I don't know. I think it was Dutton Park.
Okay, I know where it's at.
And then I knew Jacob needed some things for school, so I went and I used my credit card to buy him some school supplies and stuff and new clothes. Called Rachel, my neighbor. She didn't answer the phone. I called Matt, her husband, and said, Matt, I'm in trouble. He's like, what's going on? I said, man, I killed my wife. He's like, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. And he said, okay, have you called the police yet? I said, no. He said, well, you know, I got to call the police. I was like, yeah, I know. I opened the garage, backed the car out with her body in it, and then closed the garage back down. And then that's when Matt called me. Pastor Anthony was on the phone, and then I can hear one of the police officers on the phone as well. And at that time, I was just swallowing pills. You know, I was just swallowing pills, and I think I talked for a few minutes, and the next thing I know, I collapsed, and then I got back up, and I heard the police officer say, try to get him to come outside and just turn himself in. His son wants to see him. And I said, I'm not going to let my son see me this way. And then I just blacked out after that, and I think I fell and hit my eye on the counter. You know, and that's the last thing I remember.
And after you said you cut her throat, and then she started to fight back?
Well, I stabbed her first time, and she put her hand up, and then I think I stabbed her again, and then her hands just dropped.
Okay. And then what?
And then I just looked at her. And then I was just shaking, like looking at the knife, just like this.
Did you already cut her throat at that point?
Yeah.
Okay. When you put her in the plastic, was it just her, or did you wrap everything else up with it?
No, it was just her wrapping in the plastic.
Okay, just her.
Yeah.
Wrapped in the plastic.
That's right.
Okay.
All I ever wanted was my family. I did my best to try to protect them.
See, it's things like that it doesn't sit well, you know, because you did all you made everybody well, I would say not made everybody believe, but you told a detective that you wanted to be with her, you wanted your family to stay together, you wanted your family to stay intact. You was like, I don't want you cheating, let's work this out. All the stuff like that. So for you to kill her that brutally, doesn't that beat beat the purpose of you saying that you want your family together? Because now your family is not together. The mother is gone. Children don't have a mom anymore, and they don't have a father either, because now you're serving time for unaliving her. So it's just like, in hindsight, you saying that you wanted your family to, to stay together, it really doesn't sit well with me, because your actions of what you did is not of, I want to keep my family together, let alone an action of, I love this woman either. It seemed like you had more anger and hate towards this woman because you know the things that she was doing, and you was letting it slide for a while. But what broke the camel's back was when she said that she was going to actually divorce you and leave with the kids. Like, that was like the last straw for you. This is sad. It's really, really sad. It's really horrible. It really is. The whole thing, really, really horrible. Prayers to that woman, her family, the kids, probably even his family, the neighbors that had to get involved with this. A lot of people was touched by this situation. It's terrible. Yeah, Moon Girl, it's really terrible. Let's go on. Oh my God.
Killed myself working for them. So they have a nice place to live. I just never thought this would happen to me.
I'm sorry.
I just wish I would have never had the knife on me at that time.
In the end, Gerard would be found guilty of murder, and he would receive 40 years in prison for murdering his wife. Our next case is centered around this man, 44-year-old Damien DeRocha. Back in 2021, Damien caught his wife cheating on him for the third time. Instead of leaving his wife, Damien found out where his wife's lover was working. He then went to his place of employment, armed with a 9mm handgun, and he took the man's life.
You know, all this stuff just happened all of a sudden. Everybody still trying to get caught up on what the heck is actually going on. So this is why we want to talk to you to figure out the story and you realize you're in handcuffs, okay? You're not free to leave. You know what's going on. You know what it is, okay? Just to get everything on the table here, I'm going to read you your rights, okay? And then we can talk about what happened. Hopefully you'll be willing to talk to us, but that's up to you, okay? Okay. With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to us?
No, I'm an attorney.
Okay. Okay, man. In that case, since you went ahead and told us you want an attorney, we're not gonna talk to you. We're not gonna question you. We are gonna probably have you hang out here for a while we figure out what the heck's going on. Do everything we need to do. If at any point you decide differently, let the deputy know. Okay, and we'll come out.
How about this? I'll tell you what happened, and we'll stop there.
Okay, we can do that as long as you heard and understood what I told you about your rights.
Yes, I heard and understood what you told me about my rights.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to you. We don't want to convince you into it.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking about the way things go.
Okay.
So you guys have a little bit less and more understanding. Is I found out my wife cheated on me. I confronted her. She got pissed off from text messages, and so she works at Fleet. Her name is Shauna. And she was cheating on me with a guy, Gino, at Fleet. I confronted him, and he wanted to get argumentative about it, and I told him, no, I'm done, and then I lost my mind, and fucking, that's it.
Okay. And they shot him?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many times you shot him?
No,
or where?
No. I know, pretty sure I threw the gun right afterwards, right by him, and walked off, and took my jacket off, threw it, and went and sat down and waited. I don't even fucking, I don't know. I can't even think straight.
I mean, it's a really cut and dry situation. I understand there's not much nuance to it. Can you maybe give us a little backstory?
I mean, this guy is admitting what he did, but all I can say is it's not worth it, guys, right? Girls and guys, it's not worth it. If the relationship ends, let the relationship end. You know, I'm not trying to say in certain situations you can't fight for your relationship, but when we say fight for your relationship, if you know that y'all are splitting apart for something that is so minuscule and mediocre, right? Or something that can be compromised to make things better, then okay, do your due diligence. But if it's been said to you, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore, period, right? Or if, like, even with the cheating situation, if you know that you cannot be with a cheater, whether it's man or woman, you know you can't be with a cheater, let that person go. It is not worth it. I want to tell you something that you don't, if you never heard it from yourself, or if you never heard it from anyone. You are more valuable than to be at the beck and call or the becking of someone's mercy on you, on whether or not they need to be with you in your life. If nobody told you that, I'm going to tell you that right now. You do not have to deal with that. And you do not have to force yourself to deal with someone saying, I don't want to be with you, but go away, or I'm going to give you scraps, or I'm going to treat you bad, whatever. Not, you don't deserve that fate. You're better than that, right? Someone don't want to be with you. Have a nice day. It was nice knowing you. Take care. Whatever. Good riddance. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that you deserve anything like that. You don't from no one. Okay? You're more valuable than that. All right? Straight up. So if nobody said that to you, I'm your Auntie MJ, Cousin MJ gonna tell you, you are better than that. Don't do it. Okay? It's not worth it. Don't destroy your life over anybody. Okay? Seriously. It's not worth it. It's really not. And as hard as it seems, you will always get through it. And it's always when it's in hindsight, after all the emotions and feelings and all that stuff start to fade away, because everything takes time, right? You're going to realize, like, what the fuck was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to realize that, nah, I survived. Nah, I could live without this person. Nah, I can't get over it. You know, you'll realize it, but it's always at hindsight. But when you're in the middle of the process of it, have a little bit more control over your emotions and realizes that everything just takes time. You give it enough time, you ain't going to remember that person's name. Quite honest. Quite honest. But don't ruin your life for stuff like that at all. Because look what this guy did. He ends up shooting the lover. He's going to jail. He's not going to be with that girl. And you shooting a lover is not going to make that girl want you more or prevent her from stepping out and getting another lover. So is it really worth it? It's not.
In the details, how did you find out? How long has this been going on? What did your wife say when you confronted her?
No, that's it. It's just what I told you is what I'm going to go with.
Okay, I understand.
Damien was charged and convicted of first-degree murder, and he will be spending the rest of his life behind bars. Our next case took place in Beverly Hills, Florida. 20-year-old Samantha Driggers was arrested for murder after she shot and killed her uncle during a family party. According to witness testimony, Samantha and her victim had been working on a puzzle together. Without warning, Samantha calmly stood up, retrieved a handgun from a closet, and shot her uncle. She then threw the firearm into the trash and waited for the police.
Sit down. Now. No, I don't get it, bro.
Sit down. Stop. Stop.
Bro.
What are you doing? It's not. Stop. You just sit down. You're not going out the door. Just relax. Make it easy. Sit down and relax, all right? We got a deal? Sit down and relax.
I don't know what.
You don't know what? What I do know is you're doing all this. You're making it hard on us. You're making it hard on yourself for what? Just sit down and relax. Just chill. That's what the chair's for, right? All right. Can you sit down and relax? Just relax. You can sit on the floor if you want. That's fine.
My hands are up. I can't get on. I can't.
You can't get. You think we're gonna put them up front? You keep trying to run out of the door. You think we're gonna put them up front for you? You gotta give a lot so we can put the handcuffs up front. I mean, we're not gonna put them up front. You're trying to run and acting all out and stuff. It's not gonna happen.
Can you open the door? Can you open
Just relax.
Can you open the door, please?
He's going to get you some water. No, you tried to run out already.
No, I don't care. Just crack the door, bro.
Crack the door. What is that gonna do?
I don't know, bro. Somebody can get in there and help me, bro.
Somebody can help you?
Somebody can get there.
Who? Who's gonna help you? What help are they here to give you?
Nobody, dog.
You want to stay sitting on the floor like that?
No, I don't. I want to get out of this room, please, bro. I can't get, bro. I can't. I want to get out of this room.
I know that.
Like, I want to get out of this room.
Not yet. Sit down. What? Think listening to them through the walls is gonna
I'm not listening to nobody through the walls, sir. I'm not. I'm literally.
There you go.
There's
Have a seat so we can get you some water. Have a seat, sweetheart, so you can get some water. Have a seat so you can get some water. Can you please have a seat? I gotta give it to you. You're not gonna have.
I want to go home.
Okay. Shh, relax.
What's wrong? You looking at me like I did something to you?
You know, I'm just, you have your eyes.
She's spazzing. She's really, really spazzing at this point. I don't know. It could really be taking a toll on her. Claustrophobic, Flower said, yeah, that could be a possibility. But she's really spazzing right now. Like, she's going through all emotion, every emotion that she could possibly have, she is going through at this point. Whew. Oh my God. Wow. Hey, Mo Love, I haven't seen you in ages. How are you, dear? I hope everything is well. Woo. But yeah, she's going through every single emotion and she's trying to escape. She don't even care. She like, I'm trying to get out this door. Woo. Let's go on. Let's see what else happened. But apparently she came out the closet and she shot her uncle. I wonder why.
Eyes are just like very blue, so they keep catching my attention. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be. I'm sorry.
Sit down.
Hey, listen, yo.
Why are you standing up every time he leaves?
I don't know where, what. I don't know where my lawyer is, bro.
Hang it in there, my dear. Hang it in there. Merci beaucoup.
Have a seat. Come back. Have a seat, please.
I don't want to. Okay. Do you mind if she just takes a couple quick photos of you? Is that cool? Do you want to just stand right there? That's fine. It will be real quick about it. I'm gonna just chair you with Christina. You're fine.
I don't know if it's gonna come out. I'm not trying to invade your rights or nothing, but I'm just not too sure what is in rights of.
I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. That's the only reason why I'm letting you try to finish your question. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. Alright, she's just gonna take some quick photos of you, okay? If you think of the question or you want to ask, like, just whatever, that's fine. Well, I'll try and answer it. If I can answer a question for you, I will, okay? Alright, so just take the normal photo, go ahead and take an overall over. What we're gonna do is just have you take a photo, then we're just gonna have you turn on all four sides, and just gonna take a picture of your face and your hands, okay? We'll let you know when to turn, okay? Yep, you can just stay facing her right now. Yep, yes.
Can I
Talk to a lawyer? Like I said, have you had?
No, I have not had a chance to call a lawyer.
Okay.
I have not had a chance to call anybody, bro.
Okay. Once we can get this done real quick, we'll get somebody in here for you, okay? We'll have them come in here.
I don't know what they're trying to do, bro.
You don't know what the deputies are trying to do?
I don't know. They were.
I just don't want to know what you're asking, so. I understand you want to talk to a lawyer.
She do know that everything's being recorded, right? She's trying to pull the female detectives to the side and say that the male detectives was trying to be inappropriate or unprofessional with her. That's not going to work, sweetie. That they have you on camera literally acting like a 5-year-old and a toddler, and they have not touched you at all. They told you to sit down, and they can kind of forcibly sit you down at one point, but outside of that, they have not done anything. And trying to, allude to them being inappropriate with you is not going to save you for the fact that you unalived your uncle. It's not going to work. I'm sorry. Try again. Not going to work.
I know you said that to Detective Watts, so I said if we can get through this, we'll get them back in here and they can see what they can do for you, okay? Okay? Do you mind if we just do this real quick so we can get through this for you and they can start seeing if we can answer some questions for you? It's just part of the process that we do. We always take photos of anyone.
Okay.
Okay, that's just part of what we always do. We do this for every day, all day. This is essentially what we do, is we take pictures of people, of places, of things. It's just part of what our job is. Okay?
But I think y'all got wrong.
Take a breath, it's fine.
Which way?
You're fine. You're fine just standing right there right now. You're fine. You're fine where you're at.
Okay. But which way?
You're fine right there, right where you're at right now.
Okay, just tell me. I swear, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead. So what's the question?
Just tell me wherever way.
I'll let you know. Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. Just take a breath. You're fine.
Good.
You're fine.
The restroom.
Let us get through this. Just let us.
May I please use the restroom?
Ma'am, just let us. If you just give us time to get through this done. Calm down. Just let us get this done, and then we'll see what we can do for you. Okay? It'll be really quick if you just let us get it done. Okay?
You letting them work?
Yeah, like I said, let us get this done, and we'll see if we can.
Just do what they're asking.
Okay? She's just gonna take. We won't worry about doing the other. We'll just take a picture of your face real quick. Is that okay?
But are we just doing normal pictures?
Yeah, just doing normal pictures, man. That's all we do.
Promise.
Yes, it's just normal. We're not doing anything else. We're gonna be right here. You're right there. We're just gonna take a picture. Do you mind facing the wall so we can get a picture of your back? If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's fine too. But listen, the sooner we can get through this, we can start working through the process. If you need to go to the bathroom, we can figure that out. They can figure out anything else you need, but we got to get through this first. Okay?
Oh, so this is just so we can get ready for.
Yep. Okay. This is part of the process. Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. All right. So do you mind facing the wall, or do you not feel comfortable with that? Okay. Then she's just gonna come. She's gonna take a picture just of your face, so we identify who you are. Okay? Mm-hmm. You okay? So if you want to face her, you can just stay right there and face her. Yeah.
You want me to leave? You don't feel comfortable with me?
Can I please use the restroom, y'all?
I need to get through this. That's why we're trying to get through this.
You hurry up and get through it, then you can use the bathroom, okay?
Yeah, just real quick.
Can I phone a friend, bro?
Wait, after we get this done.
I can't do this by myself, bro. I can't phone a friend.
No, I'll be your friend.
No,
Just gotta relax and get it done with.
This too good, bro. I don't wanna.
Samantha, let's get this done with.
Yeah, just give us a few minutes. If you give us, we'll have this done quick if you just let us get this done, okay? We just gotta get this done. Okay, so what I need to do is take some swabs of the inside of your mouth.
Just relax.
It's okay. You just gotta. It'll be really quick if you just let me do it real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I trust you.
Okay, if you want to sit down for a minute.
I trust you, girl.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything to hurt you. I don't want to do that. If you can, just sit down for me real quick. All right. Go ahead and sit down. I'm just gonna get both of these ready so we can get them done quickly for you. So yeah, the last thing we need to do is see if we can take your clothing. Like I said, I have something here. We have this white suit here that you'll be able to put on.
Yes.
Do you have something to put on with your right left hand on there for me?
Sorry.
I know.
You don't want to take my. I don't want to take my clothes.
I'm wondering, did they test her to see if she's under any influence? Like narcotics or anything like that? Do she has that in her system? Something like, psychedelic mushrooms, anything, because she's going through a lot of anxiety. Like she's flipping. She's literally flipping out. She can't even stay still. She had to use the bathroom. She's nervous. She's whispering. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm really asking, did they test her yet? They're probably gonna do that now. That's probably what they want. They wanted to have the swab and all that stuff like that as well. Yeah, they definitely need to see if she's under something, because I don't know. She's tripping right now. She's so tripping. And there's a possibility. Israelite Bro Mint, he he brought up a good point that she could be possibly trying to, get an insanity defense. And I agree with that. Her being trippy like this and stuff like that, and not being able to sit down or anything or show any sense of control, that would lead for her to, have a mental case. So we'll see.
I understand it can definitely be uncomfortable, but again, it's part of the process with what we have going on, okay? So like you said, what we'll need you to do is come in this corner over here. The reason why we do it in that corner is so you're off camera, ma'am. That is why. So it's for you.
I didn't know that, bro.
Yes, ma'am. That's why he said he wanted you to. I'm just gonna move this chair out of your way. I'll move it out of your way so you don't have more space in there. Yep. You're fine. You're fine. Okay, so here's what this is. You can put her shoes in my bag. No, ma'am.
No, I'm sorry, bro. I wanna go.
I can't, ma'am. You can't leave right now. You can't leave, I'm sorry. Outside the door, ma'am. Ma'am, no. Ma'am, you cannot go outside the door. You can't go out the door, you have to stay in here, okay? You need to stay in here right now. Just let us get this done so we can work on answering some questions for you. No, ma'am. You cannot go out there, ma'am. I'm sorry. I get it, but you cannot go out there. No, I can't. No. Ma'am, if you can't, I'm gonna have to let the deputies back in here. If you keep trying to go out the door, I'm gonna have to let them back in here. No, ma'am, they're not going to. That is not what they're going to do. No, ma'am. Stop with the door, ma'am. Samantha, I'm gonna have to bring them back in here. You're the one fighting me on the door.
I don't want to tell you.
You're not gonna die.
You promise, yo?
Just follow.
Yeah,
Yo, promise me, yo. I don't get it, yo. I did everything right, yo. I'll do the clothes part. I'll do whatever y'all want, bro. Just bro, somebody.
You got the shoes?
Yes.
Yo, yes. No. Hey, guys, please. I just want to leave it.
This was not.
As of the making of this video, Samantha was charged with second-degree murder and is currently awaiting trial. The final case in this video involves Amber Caliantagas. On March 19th, 2022, Amber was drinking with 4 other people when she got into a verbal argument with one of them. Amber left the house claiming she would return with her .45. An hour later, Amber returned and fired her weapon into the home. Thankfully, the bullets missed their targets.
You just go by Amber?
Yep.
What's your home address?
I don't have one. I'm homeless.
You're homeless? Do you know where you're at right now?
Yeah, I'm sitting in a damn...
You're downtown, right? Like the Police Memorial Building?
Yes.
So today is March 19th, and the time right now I have is 14.
Okay, why are we here and why am I here?
44
Yeah,
hours.
he has to read this form first, okay?
Alright, I understand. I'm just tired and I want to go home.
Amber, look, before we do that, I got to read your rights and we got to talk about some stuff, okay? Have you had any drugs in the last 24 hours?
I don't do drugs.
What about alcohol?
I drink.
Have you had alcohol in the last 24 hours?
Yes.
How much?
3, 4 beers.
How long ago was that?
Until I walked out of my room.
Okay.
I drank my 3rd one.
Okay. Are you drunk right now?
No.
So you understand what's going on right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to sleep. I worked 3 doubles in the past 3 days.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm gonna push you over here because I need you to read something. And I'm gonna read the rest out to you, all right? This is a constitutional rights form.
Okay, anything you say and do and blah, 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 blah. What questions do you want of me?
Listen, Amber, can you read this out loud for me?
Okay, so Amber, you are definitely drunk, ma'am, or you're under some type of medication that is giving you the side effects of being incoherent. I don't know, but wow. I don't know. I would have told him that, I was drunk, but it depends on what she did. You know what I'm saying? That's probably another reason why she doesn't want to say whether she's drunk or she's under the influence. So they're about to read her rights, make sure they get that down there. Let's see what she has to say for herself.
Right here. This just shows me that you can read is all it is. Just read this line for me and I'll read the rest.
Bro, I'm not dumb.
Can you read this top line right here for me?
You have following rights to understand the United States Constitution.
Thank you. I'll read the rest. You do not have to make a statement or say anything.
Okay,
anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you make a statement or before any questions are asked of you, and to have a lawyer with you during any questioning. So what happened? What happened last night and into this morning?
Nothing.
Nothing happened?
No, besides the fact the police sitting outside my door for fucking 7 hours, 5 hours, outside of my freaking motel room that I paid
That's it.
What happened over at your friend's house tonight?
I don't fucking know, because I walked the fuck out the door after they fucking robbed me.
They robbed you? How'd they rob
and
you?
And beat me the fuck up.
Did they? Is that where those marks are from on your hand? What about, you got marks on your face or something? Where? Let me see. What marks?
A whole redness right there where it hurts.
Okay.
This shit where hands, my veins are coming up, and
so they jumped on you in the house there?
Yeah.
And then you left? What time did you leave?
I don't know. I was supposed to leave and go get my old man instead of freaking leaving and go and get my old man. I went straight to my motel room. The next thing I know, I'm getting surrounded by freaking police, and he's begging me to come get him, and I'm like, I can't even leave to come get you. Because they got police swarming outside me.
Do you know about what time you left their house, though?
No.
Was it early in the morning, or was it...
I don't.
You don't know?
Okay. No, because I went to go see my pig, and then I went to go see my one dog, and then I went to go see my other dog, and then I went over there.
So after you left your friend's house, did you go straight...
Wait, how many dogs does she have? I thought she said she was homeless. Did anybody count how many dogs she said she had? She had like 3 dogs, and her friends jumped her. Apparently, she said that she has a hotel, so she must stay or reside in one of those what is it? What do they call them? Extended stay hotels. I think that's what it's called.
Straight back to your hotel room?
Yeah.
You did? Mm-hmm. Okay, when you got back, did you leave again or did you stay there?
I took my man to work.
You took your man to work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where does he work at?
None of your business. I can't speak upon. I mean, he has a legit job at...
Not her just say none of your business. Okay, she ain't that drunk. She getting snappy with the detectives. Oh my God. Lady, come on. Please help yourself. If anything, just go ahead and just be quiet and get that lawyer, okay? Just do that, all right? Help yourself. Oh yeah, and a pig. Yes, I forgot. She said she has a pig too. Yes.
That's not, I'm not obligated to say that.
You can't tell me where he works? Okay. So when you got back, you picked up your old man from the house, or from the apartment, or whatever the heck that thing is.
From the
hotel. Yep. How long were you at the motel before you left again to take him to work?
I went and picked him up and took him straight to work, and then went back to the motel.
Okay. Do you know about what time that was?
No.
What time did he have to be at work?
10 o'clock.
Did he work at 10?
Mm-hmm.
Did he get there on time?
Mm-hmm.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you left your friends. As soon as you got back to the hotel, you took your old man to work and came back.
No, I didn't go to hers.
I need you to fill it in for me where you went. What happened?
It doesn't matter. That's just, you're freaking interrogating me. You're trying to make me look like I did something I didn't know. What am I here for? What did I do wrong? Why am the reason that I'm here? Seriously.
So
what did I do wrong?
What happened, well, what I'm being told and what happened was...
Did I hurt anybody?
Thankfully not.
Okay, so...
But...
I'm good.
So you shot at a house.
So I'm good. So just take me back so I can get bonded out and freaking fight this shit. And
you don't want to talk to us anymore?
No.
What you're saying?
No, there's
You're
no
done?
reason to.
You don't want to explain your side?
I don't have to.
Okay, so you're done?
No. There's no
Is that a
reason,
yes?
There's no reason to explain that.
Yes or no? Are you done talking to us?
I'm done.
Okay. All right. If you need anything, knock on the door, all right? It's going to be a few minutes.
No, well, why can't I just go there and go?
Because you're arrested. You don't go to jail.
I'm going to jail. Even though I talk to you, I'm going to fucking jail.
I know, but I'd like to know the story and what happened.
Okay,
so,
and I freaking just told you, and you want me to be exclamatory.
That's fine. You don't want to talk to me. That's fine.
It's good. And
give us a few minutes to finish the paperwork, and we'll get you out of here. Thank you, Andrew.
So I'm going to go there. I can use the phone and I'll be up in the morning.
So it seems that this lady must have committed attempted murder, since apparently she shot at someone. Obviously, they didn't lose their life, right? She didn't harm anyone, but yeah, being under the influence, man. Wow, you got to be careful. Got to be careful.
Amber was found guilty of 4 counts of attempted second-degree murder. She received 20 years in prison. This concludes this video. Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
That was a whirlwind, because we actually got to see about at least 4 cases on that that particular live stream. And like I said, shout out to the great channels that I get these live these stories from, like Red Tree Stories, and I think it's EWU, Stay Awake, Beyond Evil. Shout out to all these great content creators. I love their video essays. It makes it a lot easier for me to dissect what was going on, interrogations and all that stuff. So I pretty much appreciate it. Well, that is all that I have for you good folks for this Sunday evening. I hope that you are having a great day, and that you continue having a great day, and you're welcoming for the next following work week, right? I hope everything goes well for you. So I will be back on Tuesday, not tomorrow, but Tuesday. I'll be back with 3 more cases. And I just want to have a shout out to my members. And I hope you enjoyed the Member Lives Only stream that I did yesterday for you guys, and the cases that we was talking about on that. And like I said, I'll have new cases for you guys. Please hit the like button. I truly, truly appreciate you. All the ones who was rocking out with me for so far. You could have been doing anything with your day, but you spent some time with me. So it's definitely, truly, truly appreciated. Oh, so when next? Oh, SD, I will be back on Tuesday. I will send out the notifications. So just listen out to your notification. If you're subscribed to my channel, you'll receive it. And we'll have 3 more cases. And I appreciate all the newcomers that came to rock out with me. Appreciate you. I hope I see you again. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and I will see you later. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your Sunday.